right. Brendan Boucher will call the balls and strikes from behind the dish. Maxime Leroux's at first base, and Hugues Lafreniere will be the third base umpire. Schaumburg starting pitcher Logan Schmidt has just wrapped up his warm-up pitches down the right field line. Schaumburg is in their alternate black uniforms. Boomers written in white across the front. The white numbers, two-tone black hats with the orange bill and gray.
Hésitation et c'est un circuit! Manny Garcia! Troisième point produit pour lui ce soir. Et c'est maintenant 6-3. Balle frappée solidement au champ gauche. On le regarde aller et c'est un circuit au chemin Coventry. Coup de circuit en solo pour Travis Holt. C'est son premier de la saison et la marque est de 7-3 pour les Boomers. Balle frappée au champ droit à la piste d'avertissement. C'est un circuit. Quinton Selma. Il en rajoute encore une fois pour les Boomers. C'est maintenant 9-3. Balle frappée. Cette fois-ci, c'est en jeu. Ça sera pour le voltigeur de gauche, Manny Garcia. Et il va capter cette balle. Ça sera un ballon sacrifice. Peut-être le relais qui tombe marbre. Et ça sera vraiment bloqué par A.J. Wright. Alors, le pointage est maintenant de 10-3 en faveur des Boomers sur un ballon sacrifice de Quinton Selma. Toujours parfait pour sa fiche personnelle ce soir. Lui qui est 3-3. Balle frappée seulement au champ centre et ça sera en lieu sûr. Ça sera pour plus d'un point là. Brett Milazzo qui s'amène au marbre accompagné de son collègue Alec Craig. Alors, un simple pour John Fruelza au champ centre. Un simple avec 2 points produits, ce qui mène la marque à 12-3. 2-2. Avec 2 retraits. Lopez accepte le signal. Voici son lancer. Balle frappée seulement au côté gauche et ça sera en lieu sûr. Un 4e point produit pour Manny Garcia ce soir. Et ça mène au 2e coussin avec un double. La marque est maintenant de 12-4. Malheureusement pour Manny Garcia, lui il est seulement un triple du carrousel, mais ça ne passera pas parce que nous sommes en fin de 9e, malheureusement. Lopez effectue son lancer. Balle frappée très haut dans les airs. Ça sera pour l'avant-champ qui s'amène hors ligne. Pose qui s'amène dans l'enclos des Titans. Il va capter cette balle devant ses adversaires pour le 3e retrait. Quelle bonne façon pour les Boomers de finir cette rencontre. Alors, marque finale 12-4 en faveur des Boomers de Schaumburg.
C'est le baseball des Titans à Unique FM 94.5.
Joey Brody qui vient tout simplement de jouer les héros à la fin de 7e, mesdames, messieurs. C'est 5-5. Wow! J'en perds ma voix. La bataille par A.J. Wright et c'est la victoire pour les Titans. Solidement. Oh là là, elle est loin celle-là. À la piste d'avertissement. Circuit! Les Titans sont en feu.
Allons rejoindre à la galerie de presse Michael Lafleur.
En direct du stade d'Ottawa, le 94.5 Unique FM et FloBaseball sont fiers et heureux de vous présenter le match ce soir entre les Titans d'Ottawa qui présentent une fiche de 5 victoires, 11 défaites, 7e dans la division de l'Est face à leur vis-à-vis les Boomers de Schaumburg, 9 victoires, 6 défaites, 3e dans la division de l'Ouest de la Ligue Frontier. Ce soir, affrontement monticule, Grant Larson du côté des Titans face à Logan Schmidt pour les Boomers de Schaumburg. Mesdames, messieurs, je vous souhaite la bienvenue à tous et à toutes sur les ondes du 94.5 pour ce match ce soir entre vos Titans et les Boomers de Schaumburg. Marque finale 12-4 comme vous l'avez entendu lors du match d'hier soir. Marque finale 12-4. Alors, c'est parti pour l'interprétation des hymnes nationaux en direct du stade d'Ottawa. Ce sera l'interprétation des États-Unis par la suite du Canada. Alors, c'est parti pour l'alignement partant, mesdames, messieurs.
L'alignement partant est une présentation de Fitness l'Entrepôt Outaouais.
Chez Fitness l'Entrepôt Outaouais, FEO.ca. Magasinez du confort de votre maison pour tous vos besoins en fitness. FEO.ca. Visitez notre nouveau site web, FEO.ca. Livraison locale gratuite, FEO.ca.
Alors, débutons avec l'alignement partant du côté des Boomers de Schaumburg. Le premier frappeur sera le 23, Gage Howard, voltigeur de droit, avec le deuxième frappeur, le 4, Travis Holt, joueur de troisième but. Chase Dawson frappera troisième but, qui est joueur de deuxième coussin. Le frappeur désigné, le 34, Blake Berry, frappera quatrième. Par la suite, Quinton Selma va frapper en cinquième position, joueur de premier but. Au sixième rang, c'est le numéro 6, Brett Milazzo, voltigeur de centre. Alec Craig frappera septième, joueur d'arrêt court. Au huitième rang, c'est le numéro 25, Blake Grant Parks, le receveur du match de ce soir. Et le 13, Miles Symington, le voltigeur de gauche pour les Boomers. Le lanceur partant pour Schaumburg, c'est le 28, Logan Schmidt. Pour ce qui est des Titans d'Ottawa, ce soir, le 6, Jacob Talamante frappera premier, voltigeur de centre avec une moyenne de 179. Oh, pardon, c'est une moyenne de 179 pour celui-ci cette saison. Par la suite, 35, Jake Jeter, voltigeur de gauche. AJ Wright frappera troisième, joueur de troisième but. Jason DeCocher frappera quatrième, lui qui joue au deuxième but. Jimmy Smart, joueur de premier but ce soir, frappera cinquième. Taylor Wright au sixième rang. Manny Garcia
DeCocher is at second. Jamie Smart's at first, and Mitsuki Fukuda will catch the pitches of the right-hander Grant Larson. At 6'7", 210 pounds, Larson, the 26-year-old, will make his fourth start of the season like we've talked about. He's allowed 9 earned runs on 16 hits over 17 innings this season. He's tossed to a .476 ERA. He's walked only 2, and he has struck out 14. We've talked about his last start. It was a no decision. Larson was an out away from a complete game. Was settled with a no decision over 6 2/3 in a 7-inning contest. Allowed 2 runs on 5 hits. Did not walk a batter and struck out 6. Is going to be facing 7 left-handed batters in the Schaumburg order tonight. But to begin this ball game here this evening, it's going to be left, right, left. Gage Howard, Travis Holt, and Chase Dawson. Left-handed hitter, right-handed bat, then back around to the left side. Southpaw Larson out of the full windup. He steps back, in the first pitch of tonight's contest to Gage Howard is a fastball right down the middle, taken, strike one, and we're underway at 6:40 on this Wednesday evening. Nice and sunny, 31 degrees on this Wednesday. 0-1. Fouled off. Good breaking ball from Larson, and it's 0-2. Our warmest day of the year so far on this final day of the month of May. Begins tonight with Gage Howard at .294 on the year, 5 RBIs, and he'll use his timeout right off the hop. Infield is back. Right side of the infield has their heels up against the cut of the grass. Larson's 0-2. And a breaking ball is blooped to the left side and over the head of the shortstop, Bannon, in a left field base hit. Well, Gage Howard fights off a good breaking ball from Larson down and away and pokes it to left field, and that's how we get started here tonight. As Howard's aboard to begin the top half of the first inning. Bring up Travis Holt. What a good night yesterday. Had 3 hits, 2 of them went for extra bases. Rookie season in pro ball. Larson out of the stretch fires, and Holt will take a strike over the inside corner. It's 0-1. Flagpoles in center field. 2 of them are to the right of the batter's eye, and a couple are to the left of the batter's eye in dead center, are blowing from left field out to right field. Here's Larson's 0-1. Slow dribbler foul up the third base line, and it's 0-2. Travis Holt at .278 on the season, a homer and 6 RBIs. In yesterday's game, went 3 for 6 with a trio of ribbies. First professional home run as well off Zach Westcott in the 7th inning. 0-2 from Larson. And it misses outside. Holt checks his swing. They appeal over to first, and Maxime Leroux says no swing. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Travis Holt, the third baseman, batting right. It's the same top 5 in the lineup this evening for Jamie Bennett's Schaumburg Boomers. Howard leads off first, held on by Smart. 1-2 from Larson. Chop foul off the dish as it rolls up the first base line, and we'll do it again on 1 and 2. Gage Howard fought off a pretty good breaking ball from Larson down and away, and blooped it into left field in front of tonight's left fielder Jake Gitter. Leadoff single. Schaumburg had 18 hits in the game yesterday. 13 of them were singles. Middle infield at double play depth. Another 1-2 from Larson. Swing and a miss. Change speeds. Looked like a good changeup, and Holtz down swinging for out number 1. Big strikeout. That's Larson's 15th punch-out of the season. Has those 2 really good put-away pitches. A good slider and a good changeup that he can attack, especially against left-handed batters. This time gets the right-handed hitting Holt. 1 on, 1 out for Chase Dawson, but first to check in on Howard, who's back in standing up. Chase Dawson, the second baseman, batting left. So Larson has already used his first disengagement. We'll have 1 left in this plate appearance. The pitch. And it misses down and in ball 1. Dawson thought about chasing, but lays off. It's 1-0. Dawson, 328 on the season, leads the Schaumburg Boomers. No homers, 9 RBIs. Went 2 for 6 in yesterday's game with an RBI. 1-0. High, and it's 2 balls and no strikes on Dawson, who bats with Howard at first. And 1 down in the Schaumburg half of inning number 1. Game 2 of this 3-game series. These teams, including this game, will meet 5 more times. Series finales tomorrow morning. Middle infield at double play depth. 2-0. And it catches the outside corner. Good fastball from Larson. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. After the leadoff single by Howard, Larson struck out Travis Holt, one of 2 right-handed batters in the Schaumburg starting 9 tonight. 2-1. And Dawson pulls it past the diving first baseman Smart in a right field base hit. Howard makes the turnaround second. He's on his way to third. The throw in from Taylor Wright is cut off by Jason DeCochet. Everybody safe. It's a 1-out base hit for Chase Dawson. Howard goes first to third, and runners are at the corners with 1 down for Blake Berry. Just under the outstretched mitt of Jamie Smart. So an early RBI scenario for Blake Berry. Designated hitter tonight, batting left. First baseman Smart holds on Dawson. First pitch chopped on the ground deep in the hole at second. DeCochet goes to second for 1. Bent into first, and it's not in time. Howard comes in to score. It'll be a fielder's choice and an RBI for Blake Berry. That plates the game's first run as Howard touches the dish. It's 1-0 Schaumburg in the top half of inning number 1. Bit of a risky move by DeCochet. He had to go way off to his left to snag the chopper off the bat of Blake Berry. Gets the lead runner Dawson. Now it's Berry at first with 2 down. Quinton Selma's the batter, and he chases a first pitch fastball from Larson at 85 miles an hour over the outside corner. It's 0-1. So now Berry's at first with 2 away. It's 1-0 Schaumburg in the top half of the first inning. Larson steps off and fakes the throw. 4-6, the put out for out number 2 as Dawson's retired. Selma had a homer last night. 0-1 runner goes. It's taken for a strike. Throw down to seconds on target, and Bannon applies the tag on Berry, who attempted a head-first dive, and the inning is over. Berry's caught stealing, but he's driven in the game's first run on a fielder's choice as Howard smacks the dish. Schaumburg gets a run on 2 hits and take a 1-0 lead to the bottom half of the first on CKDJ 107.9 and FloBaseball.tv.
Oh, I I love CKDJ, but being a hip young fella like myself, I don't have a radio.
Grandpa, you have 12 radios at home.
Shut up, kid.
Do not worry, I am here.
Grandpa, look, it's the CKDJ website.
I can see just fine.
You can listen online at ckdj.net. Plus, check out all of the latest blogs, podcasts, and more.
Oh, it's time to surf the interwebs with Internet Explorer. Go to ckdj.net.
Come on, Grandpa, let's go home.
My feet feel like sponges.
Imagine being on a raft, floating out at sea. You were, perhaps, once far enough to swim back to shore, but you are now tired, thirsty, and worn. Post-secondary students can face an overwhelming amount of stress during a transition period of their lives. It is not uncommon to feel like you can't talk to someone, or that you have no one to talk to. Good to Help is here to listen and here to help. If you are suffering from addiction, stress, anxiety, a tragic loss, depression, or just need someone to listen, call the Good to Help line at 1-866-925-5454.
Hey, this is Bobby Brown here, and you're listening to Ottawa Titans Baseball on CKD J1079.
Schaumburg gets a run on a couple of hits to begin the top half of the first, so it's Ottawa's turn. They'll have to scratch and claw their way back, trailing 1-0 as we begin the bottom half of inning number 1. David DeCipio with you from the ballpark. We'll take you through the starting defense for the Schaumburg Boomers. From left to right in the outfield, Miles Symington's in left, Brett Malazzo's in center, and Gage Howard's in right. From left to right on the infield, Travis Holtz at third, Alec Craig's at short, Chase Dawson's at second, Quinton Selma's at first, and Blake Grant Parks will catch the pitches of the 6'4", 220-pound-born right-hander, the 24-year-old Logan Schmidt, who will make his first appearance of the season. 1-2 last year with Joliet, a 5.44 ERA over 46 1/3, allowed 28 earned runs on 46 hits, walked 27 and fanned 30. First pitch of the bottom half of the first inning to Jacob Talamonte's golf foul out of play off to the left, and it's 0-1. It's Talamonte, Gitter, and A.J. Wright. Top third of the Ottawa order in the bottom half of inning number 1. Fielder's choice and an RBI for Blake Berry plated the game's first run as Talamonte pokes the 0-1 out of play into the hop yard off to the left, and it's 0-2. Talamonte just at $1.79, has driven in 1 run this season, had yesterday off, went 2 for 5 with 2 singles and 3 strikeouts on Sunday against the New Jersey Jackals. 0-2. High fastballs foul back. And we'll do it again. This is the FloBaseball.tv free game of the day. Official live streaming partner of the Frontier League. Infield backs up with 2 strikes on the Ottawa leadoff man, Jacob Talamonte. Schmidt comes set the pitch. And a breaking ball is foul back. We'll do it again. Schmidt from Bolingbrook, Illinois. Making his season debut, was with Joliet in 2022, was released during spring training. Just signed back on Monday. Out of the stretch, the 0-2. And it's in the air to straightaway left field. Back goes Symington. Off to his left, he'll make the catch for out number 1.
Left fielder, one fielder gauche, number 35, le numéro 35, Jay Gitter.
Talamonte flies out to left field, brings up Jake Gitter, Ottawa's left fielder, batting left to an 0 for 4 in his Ottawa debut. A night ago. 4 strikeouts. First offering from Schmidt is foul back. And it's 0-1. Nothing but strikes. Fastball at 91 miles an hour for Schmidt, who did not face Ottawa last season. Right side of the infield is back, the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Took something off. And it's 0-2 on Jake Gitter, who bats with nobody on and 1 out, bottom half of the first. Schaumburg leading 1-0. 0-2. Breaking ball down and in is swung on and missed. Strike 3, and there's out number 2.
Third baseman pour le troisième but, number 7, le numéro 7, A.J. Wright.
Well, Schmidt has gotten the first 2 outs with ease. It'll bring up A.J. Wright, Ottawa's third baseman, batting right. Right-hander deals. And a first pitch fastball is swung on and missed. And it's 0-1. Fastball up and out over the heart of the plate. A.J. swung and missed at 91. A.J. 250 on the year, team leading 5 homers. And has driven in 10. Takes down and in. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Schaumburg's infield is back. The second baseman, Dawson, plays a step into the outfield grass in shallow right center. 1-1. And a breaking ball is chopped foul off to the left. It's 1-2. Something that Ottawa let Aaron Glickstein take advantage of yesterday was getting into his rhythm. He was shaving off 6 or 7 seconds off the pitch clock. Schmidt taking a little more time as it ticks down. 1-2. Fastball down and in is chopped foul off to the left once again, and we'll do it one more time on a ball and 2 strikes. Schmidt has gotten Talamonte to fly out to left and then fan Jake Gitter. There's nobody on with 2 down. Ottawa half of the first inning. Outfield is back. 1-2. And it misses down and away. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The veteran Blake Graham Parks is behind the dish tonight. John Fiorenza's got the evening off. 2-2. Swing and a miss. AJ lost his bat all the way to the backstop. Nonetheless, the strikeout, and Schmidt retires the side in order in the first. We're through 1. It's 1-0 Schaumburg on CKDJ 107.9 and FloBaseball.tv.
Why do I have to do 3 hours of treatments every day? Why do I have cystic fibrosis?
Genevieve is 10 and is one of 4,200 Canadians living with cystic fibrosis. CF creates a lot of uncertainty, and a simple question is complicated when tomorrow isn't guaranteed. Cystic Fibrosis Canada is calling on you to help. Help create a world where the questions are easier to hear and the answers are easier to give.
Help create a world without cystic fibrosis. Please give. Donate at toughquestions.ca.
Ottawa? Pfft, what kind of music comes out of Ottawa? Alright, but what else you got?
Check me out, fresh and clean, turning heads, causing a scene in my new suit.
Is that it?
They call me Tiago. I don't know who's Marco.
Damn, these are actually pretty good. Alright, where can I listen to all these songs?
CKDJ 107.9, Ottawa's new music.
Okay, cool.
Hey, this is Zach Westcott, and you're listening to Ottawa Titans Baseball on CKDJ 107.9.
One 0 Schaumburg in front of Ottawa as we begin top half of the second inning. Quinton Selma, who was at the dish when Blake Berry was caught stealing to end the top half of the first, will start things off. Brett Milazzo and Alec Craig are to follow. Mason Dietrich's back at Algonquin College running the board at CKDJ 107.9. David DeCipio's with you from the broadcast booth. It's Grant Larson who allowed a run on 2 hits. Did strike out 1 in the top half of the first. Pitch to Selma is a good slider down and away. Swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. Selma is in his 3rd game as a Schaumburg Boomer. Open stance to the left. Hands held high. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball from Larson, and it's 0-2. Selma 3 for 3 yesterday with a homer and 3 RBIs as he'll use his timeout. Right side of the infield is back, and you can get used to that because of all the left-handed bats in the Schaumburg lineup tonight. A.J. Wright is even with the bag at 3rd and way off the line. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Buried a breaking ball down and in, and Selma's down swinging for out number 1. So second strikeout of the ball game for Grant Larson, and I'll bring up Brett Milazzo from Huntley, Illinois. Center fielder batting left. Had a pretty good night yesterday. 2 for 4 with a double and a walk. The pitch. And a fastball paints the outside corner. It's 0-1. A.J. Wright is in at 3rd. Same with Jamie Smart over at 1st. Middle infield is back. Milazzo At 271 on the year. Goes after the 0-1 and golfs it to shallow right. Jason DeCochea is camped under it, looking right into the sun. He'll make the catch for out number 2. Couple quick outs for Grant Larson. He'll bring up Alec Craig. Alec Craig, in his 16th appearance of the year, 196 on the campaign. 3 doubles, a triple, 1 home run, and 6 RBIs. The pitch. And it's lined to center. Talamonte broke back at first and now runs in. He'll make the catch, and that'll end the inning. That calm, peaceful, and relaxing 3-up, 3-down inning is presented by TC Spa. Beauty, nails, and spa wellness. Book online anytime at tcspa.net. Larson works the 1-2-3 top of the second. Ottawa looks to break through when we come back on CKDJ 107.9 and FloBaseball.tv.
Timmy is an average boy. His father's name is Roy. Even though Roy works every day, the bills are hard to pay. When Timmy needed school supplies, the list was a surprise. How could Roy afford it all? The Nepean, Rideau, and Osgood Community Resource Center. Their Tools for School program gave Timmy pens, paper, and books. Roy could focus on what he cooks, so Timmy could do his best in school.
Help Timmy and others see a world of possibility. Donate to the Nepean, Rideau, and Osgood Community Resource Center.
Welcome to the Wolves Den, your one-stop shop for food, beverages, and fun. With a 3rd rack of ribs starting at $15.99 and your own personal pizza for only $10.99. Not to mention
bowling? Oh my god, I love bowling. They got pool too? Oh man, actually something to do. No way. Hoorah! Come down to the Wolves Den for some food and things like virtual golf, pool, and of course some top-tier bowling. Open weekdays from 11:30 to 6:30.
Hey, this is AJ Wright, and you are listening to Ottawa Titans Baseball on CKDJ 1079.
Nice bounce back inning for Grant Larson as he got the side in order in the top half of inning number 2 after allowing a run on 2 hits in the first. It's 1-0 Schaumburg as we hit the bottom half of the second. It's 4, 5, and 6 to up for Ottawa. David DeCilio's back with you from Canada's capital, Ottawa, in Game 2 of this 6-game homestand. Series will wrap up tomorrow morning against Schaumburg, and then the Quebec Capitals are in over the weekend. But first, Ottawa is looking to break out of their funk. They've lost their last 2 and 5 of their last 7 as Jason DeCochea will take a strike over the outside corner. It's 0-1. DeCochea in all 16 games this season for Ottawa, 270, 4 doubles, a home run, and 9 RBIs. Infield for Schaumburg is back. The 0-1. And it's ripped deep left field. Symington back. It is gone! Solo shot for Jason DeCochea. His second long ball of the season clears the wall in left field, and the game is tied at 1 to begin the bottom half of the second inning. Well, Deco is starting to heat up. His long ball clears the fence in left field, and we're tied at 1 as Ottawa's got their first hit of the ball game. That Titans home run was presented by Storm Internet, providing high-speed internet since 1996. And just like that, not only the dugout, but the crowd here at Ottawa Stadium is back into it. We're tied at 1 as Jamie Smart takes a strike over the outside corner. And it's 0-1. Jamie Smart, 233 on the season. 0-1. Takes below the knees. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. 323 on the season. A homer and 15 RBIs. Went 3 for 4 a night ago. 1-1. Is downstairs. Good fastball from Schmidt at 92. Looked like it just missed the bottom half of the strike zone. Doesn't get the call, and it's 2-1. Smart singled 3 times and was stranded at first base every single plate appearance. 2-1. And a fastball runs outside. It's a hitter's count at 3-1. So Jason DeCochea with a leadoff home run. Solo shot, his second of the season, has tied this game up at 1 apiece. Now the count's 3-1 on Jamie Smart. The pitch. And it's ripped to right, and that's down for a base hit in front of Gage Howard. Well, Jamie Smart follows suit, and he's aboard with a single.
Right fielder to left field at what? Number 12, le numéro 12, Taylor Wright.
How about Jamie Smart? He continues to lead the ball club. That's his 21st hit of the season. Support with nobody out for Taylor Wright. The pitch. And Wright hits it in the air, shallow left. Near the foul line goes Symington. He'll make the catch. For out number 1.
The designated hitter, le frappeur de choix, number 27, le numéro 27, Manny Garcia.
So Ottawa was off to a hot start in the second, but Schmidt battles back and gets Taylor Wright to fly out to left for out number 1. Now here's Manny Garcia, who takes a breaking ball at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. Manny Garcia with a 3-for-4 performance yesterday. Had 4 RBIs, including 2 extra base hits. One of them was a homer. 0-1. Chop foul back to the screen, and it's 0-2. Garcia starting for the 12th time this season. .250 on the year. Couple of doubles, 2 homers, and 9 RBIs. Bats was Smart at first and 1 out. Tie game at 1, as Garcia will use his timeout. We're all tied up at 1 in the bottom half of the second inning. The hits are also knotted up at 2 apiece. 0-2 pitch. And it's pulled to left, right at Symington, who will make the catch. A couple of steps off to his right, and there's out number 2.
Shortstop, number 28, le numéro 28, Brandon Bannon.
That'll bring up Brandon Bannon, who went 0-for-4 in the leadoff spot in his professional debut yesterday. Every out was on the ground. Shortstop bats right, the pitch. And a fastball paints the outside corner. It's 0-1. Ottawa tied the game with a leadoff solo shot from Jason DeCochea. Jamie Smart then singled. Logan Schmidt, the Schaumburg starter, has battled back and gotten a couple of outs in the air to left field. Now it's Bannon, the pitch. Breaking ball is hit in the air to shallow right. Long run for Howard. He will make the catch on the run to retire the side. But Jason DeCochea ties up the ball game with the leadoff solo shot. His second of the year. We're tied at 1 as we head to the third on CKDJ 107.9 and FloBaseball.tv.
I just cannot figure out this stupid math question.
2 + 2 = 5?
I think we both need to visit the Student Learning Center. The SLC has math coaching and peer tutoring that can help you learn if you're struggling with your numbers. It could be basic math, quantitative math, calculus, like quotients and derivatives. I'm a radio student, so I don't know what half of that means. But you will if you get that math coaching. Find more information through algonquincollege.com at the Student Learning Center.
We play so many great bands on CKDJ, like Civilian. And Civilian. And the hit band Civilian.
Emma, shut up! CKDJ has other cool bands too, like Stone Cold Crows.
Oh yeah, my bad. We also got Radmore. CKDJ so sick!
Hey, this is Jackie Baez, and you're listening to Ottawa Titans Baseball on CKDJ 107.9.
Ottawa gets a run on a couple of hits in the bottom half of the second, and it's a Jason DeCochet, a solo shot off of Logan Schmidt. That began the bottom half of inning number 2, and this ball game is tied at 1. David DeCivio's back with you from Ottawa Stadium on a beautiful Wednesday night for baseball. Sun is beginning to set, and with that, the shade slowly creeps from the backstop out towards the pitcher's mound. So right now, A.J. Wright is standing in the shade at third. Grant Larson is half and half in the sunlight and in the shade, but the entirety of home plate is covered as Blake Graham Parks gets started with a fastball over the inside corner. It's 0-1. 8-9-1 due up for Schaumburg. 0-1. Chopped on the ground to short. Bannon scoops, and he'll throw to first in plenty of time. And Grant Parks is retired for out number 1. Grant Larson battled in the first, gave up a couple of base hits. Fielder's choice from Blake Berry opened up the scoring. Got the side in order in inning number 2, and that helped Ottawa spark the offense with a DeCochet leadoff solo blast. Here's Miles Symington, who takes down an away ball 1. Miles Symington did not play in the game yesterday at .317 on the campaign, a couple of doubles and 7 RBIs. Left fielder batting left. 1-0. And a fastball's taken upstairs. Good pitch from Larson, who steps back off the mound and asks Brendan Boucher, the home plate umpire, where that pitch was. 2 balls and no strikes. Infielders are back on the right side. 2-0s, cut on and missed. It's 2-1. A.J. Wright is in at third. Bit of a normal position for A.J. when there's been a left-handed batter at the dish. Symington is 4 for 6 against southpaws this year. 2-1. Off the handle, it's rolled to short. Bannon charges, he's got it. Throws on the run to first in time for out number 2. Well, Brandon Bannon's only in his second career professional game. First appearance as a pro at shortstop, and he's showing off the arm. Nobody on 2 outs as it brings up the top of the order. Here's Gage Howard. Right fielder batting left. Bloop hit a base hit to left field to begin the ball game. First pitch from Larson catches the outside corner. Looked like that slider, and it's 0-1. 1-1's our score. Nobody on 2 outs, top half of inning number 3. Strike 1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good fastball from Larson. And it's no balls and 2 strikes, and it looks like Howard has used his timeout. He took a long walk onto the grass area off to the right of that left-hand batter's box. First baseman Smart guards the line behind the bag at first. 0-2. Broken bat looper to shallow left. In comes Gitter, who slides, and he makes the catch. And that'll end the inning. Jake Gitter with a web gem. Nice sliding grab. It's a 1-2-3 top of the third for Grant Larson. It's a tie game on CKDJ 107.9 and FloBaseball.tv.
It was my daughter's birthday. She was blowing out the candles when we heard. That's how we found out about the tornado. It got our attention and helped us get to safety. So when I think of my daughter's birthday, because now she gets to keep having them.
This could be the most important sound of your life. When you hear it, stop, listen, respond. For more information, visit alertready.ca.
Let's do some math. You're behind vehicle A, which is moving at 80 kilometers per hour. Your vehicle, B, is also moving at 80 kilometers per hour. B is 10 meters behind A. How much time in seconds would it take? Leave space between yourself and the vehicle in front of you, and give yourself time to adapt in an emergency circumstance. In inclement weather, allow for an even greater separation to account for an increased stopping distance. At the very least, it will save your bumper.
Hey, this is Bobby Brown here, and you're listening to Ottawa Titans Baseball on CKDJ 1079.
Larson has retired 6 straight Schaumburg Boomers. This game's tied up at 1 apiece. David DeCipio's back with you from the broadcast booth. Ottawa will start the bottom half of inning number 3 with 9, 1, and 2. It's Mitsuki Fukuda, then back around to the top of the order, and Jacob Talamonte and Jake Gitter against the right-hander Logan Schmidt. They get his first start of the season, and his first appearance with the Schaumburg Boomers was released by Joliet during spring training. Right-hander works out of the stretch and fires a strike right down the middle to Mitsuki Fukuda at 0-1. Mitsuki on the year at 207, a couple of RBIs. He's not played since the series finale against the New Jersey Jackals on Sunday. 0-1 misses down and away, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Logan Schmidt, 24-year-old, attended the University of Miami of Ohio, then transferred to St. Louis University. He fires in a strike over the outside corner. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The infield is back for Schaumburg. Outfield is straight away. 1-2 pitch. And it's pulled on the ground to short. Scooped up by Alec Craig. He'll fire on to first in time for out number 1.
Center fielder to throw the song for number 6, the new assist, Jacob Talamonte.
Brings up Jacob Talamonte, who flew out to left field to be in the Ottawa half of the first. Third baseman Holt is in, rest of the infield is back as Talamonte takes a breaking ball off the dirt. And it's 1-0. Schmidt, born on March 12th, 1999. Went 8-2 last year with St. Louis University over 14 starts, 15 overall appearances. 1-0. Misses up and away. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Of course, would have missed the series against Ottawa after finishing his collegiate season. Made his pro debut on June the 3rd against the Washington Wild Things. Ball with Joliet. 2-0 to Talamonte. And a high fastball is swung on and missed. It's 2-1. Went 6 1/3 in his first career pro start a year ago. 2 earned runs on 7 hits, walked 2, and struck out 2. Infield is back to 2-1. Fastball misses up and away, and it's 3 balls and a strike. Didn't have to wait very long for his first pro win because in his next start, second career professional start for Schmidt on June the 9th. Recorded a quality start against the Florence Yalls. 3-1. Fastball up and away, ball 4. Talamonte will draw a 1-out walk. First 2 career professional appearances for Schmidt were quality starts. And pitched a little bit out of the bullpen, was moved to the pen on July the 8th, so only made 5 starts. And missed a significant amount of time. Let go by the Joliet Slammers and now picked up by Schaumburg as Gitter gives the first offering to ride to deep right center. Milazzo back, and that's down for a base hit and rolls all the way to the wall. Talamonte cruising around second on his way to third. Now getting the wave, and the throw-in is cut off. It's a stand-up RBI double for Jake Gitter. Well, snaps an 0 for 5 as an Ottawa Titan and has given Ottawa a 2-1 lead in the bottom half of the 3rd inning with an RBI 2-bagger. Talamonte cruising around the bases. Scores all the way from first. And Jake Gitter, who was 0 for 5 with 5 strikeouts as an Ottawa Titan, now has his first hit, a double off the base of the wall in right center field. It's given Ottawa a 2-1 advantage. Here's A.J. Wright. The pitch. And a breaking ball catches the outside corner. It's 0-1. So now Gitter's in scoring position for A.J. Wright. Big boys coming up. Second baseman Dawson plays behind the bag. Huge hole on the right side of the infield. 0-1. And a breaking ball is pulled foul into the Ottawa left field bullpen. That little alcove where the players sit. Usually the Ottawa Titans relief pitchers for the first few innings at least sit in the dugout, then wander down the line. They're standing in that little alcove area. AJ had a hot shot. Rasmus Pinales tracks down the white baseball. Gitter with an RBI, doubles at second. 2-1 Ottawa in front. 0-2 pitch to AJ Wright. Pickoff play at second base, and the tag from Dawson's not in time. Gitter's back in with a hands first dive. Nearly had Gitter picked off. He's got a pretty good lead off the bag at second. Outfield is back. AJ Wright leads the Ottawa Titans with 5 home runs this season. 0-2. Bounced in. Way out in front of the dish. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. AJ, been one of the reliable bats in the Ottawa order this season. Has 2 of his 5 homers at home. But a base hit could extend the Ottawa lead. Big hole on that right side of the infield with Dawson shading up the middle. Schmidt, a couple checks back at Gitter in the 1-2. Time is called. And that's a pitch clock violation on Schmidt, and the count's going to move to 2 balls and 2 strikes. So pitch clock violation on Schmidt. The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Perhaps Jake Gitter leading off the bag at second. Floated into the mind of the Schaumburg right-hander. 2-2. Breaking ball right, checks his swing, but it's called strike 3 nonetheless. Brandon Boucher, the home plate umpire, rings up AJ, and there's 2 away.
Second baseman, sur le deuxième but, number 2, le numéro 2, Jason DiCochet.
Well, Jason DiCochet is back at the dish. He homered to begin the bottom half of the second. That tied the game at 1. Jake Gitter gave Ottawa the lead. He stands at second with an RBI double. First pitch fastball right over the outside corner is taken for a strike, and it's 0-1. DiCochet now with 2 homers this season. They've been split, 1 on the road and 1 here in Ottawa. Infield back, Gitter with a huge lead off the bag at second. 0-1. And a breaking ball. DiCochet checks his swing. They appeal over to first, and Maxime Leroux says no swing. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-1 Ottawa in front, bottom half of the third. Schaumburg got a run in the first, and Ottawa has scored at least 1 in the second and here in the third. 1-1. Breaking ball pulled foul down the left field line. Mark Reardon's coaching third base tonight. To quickly get out of the way that screamer. Oh, Rasmus Pinales is getting his running in. He playing the role of the ball boy tonight. Counts 1-2 on Jason DiCochet. Jake Gitter in scoring position at second base, watched by Chase Dawson. 1-2. And a breaking ball's off the dirt. Good block by Grant Parks with a backhand, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Deuces are wild. DiCochet wearing the number 2 for Ottawa. The count's 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's 2 outs, and there's a runner at second. Third baseman Holt is behind the bag and guarding the line. Base hit the opposite way could extend the lead. 2-2. And a fastball runs low. It's a full count. Should the inning continue, Jamie Smart is on deck off to the left. The outfield is deep as well. Symington almost appears like he's guarding the left field line. There's a huge gap in left center. DiCochet can get something to ride. Who knows? Looking to put the ball in play. 3-2. And it's yanked to third. Holt fields the screamer, looks at Gitter, throws to first in time. And that'll end the inning. But Jake Gitter has his first hit as an Ottawa Titan, an RBI double off the wall in right center field, scoring Jacob Talamonte. It's 2-1 Ottawa through 3 on CKDJ 107.9 and FloBaseball.tv.
Hi, can I take your order?
Oh, hey. Wait, what was the question?
Let me guess. 1 driving high combo, extra baked?
No. Could I get a burger with a side of, fries?
Think you're a better driver when you're high? Think again. Smoking weed affects reaction time and concentration. So wait at least 4 hours before getting behind the wheel. Or don't drive at all if you're new to it, have eaten it, or if you've mixed it with alcohol. Brought to you by Mad Canada.
CKDJ 1079 is the best place to discover Ottawa's greatest bands and artists. We play music made right here in Ottawa, no matter the genre.
Everything from rock
to jazz.
And even psychedelic alternatives.
Don't be a loser and switch stations. Stay here for more of Ottawa's best new music. CKDJ 1079.
Hey, this is Zach Westcott, and you're listening to Ottawa Titans Baseball on CKDJ 1079.
An RBI double from Jake Kidder has given the Ottawa Titans a 2-1 lead after Schaumburg opened up the scoring in the first. Ottawa scored 2 unanswered. Grant Larson has retired the last 6 in a row he's faced. He'll face 2, 3, and 4 in the Schaumburg order to begin the fourth. We're into the middle innings. David DeCipio's back with you from Ottawa. It's game 2 of this 3-game series. Ottawa is looking to avoid dropping their 5th straight series. First offering to Holt, and it catches the outside corner. It's 0-1. Holt struck out with the runner on back in the first. At his first pro homer, it was a 408-foot knock yesterday. 0-1. Nice pitch from Larson. Breaking ball over the inside corner, and it's 0-2. Infield is back. Time is called, and Holt will use his timeout. Outfield is relatively shallow against Holt. Shade is now covered 3/4 of the mound. It's now creeping up the middle. So the right side of the infield is still standing in the sunlight. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Holt went after a off-speed pitch down and away, and he's down on strikes for the second time tonight. And there's one away in the fourth inning as Larson fans his third. Brings up Chase Dawson, who singled through the right side, past the diving Jamie Smart back in the first inning. That ended up setting up the game's first run. Sent Gage Howard first to third. Larson deals, and a breaking ball is chopped foul past Smart and down the right field line. It's 0-1. Chase Dawson had a terrific season back in 2022. Frontier League record 24 triples. Was commemorated with a bobblehead back on Sunday. Was signing autographs before the game, and the line went almost around the entirety of the concourse. A fan favorite at Wintrust Field. 0-1. Dawson shows bunt, chops at it, and can't get a piece. Good fastball from Larson, and it's 0-2. Blake Berry will be next. He's got an RBI in this contest. It's 2-1 Ottawa, top half of inning number 4. A.J. Wright is in at third and off the line, even though there's 2 strikes on Dawson. 0-2. Fastball in the inner half. Dawson checks his swing. They appeal to third. The crew chief, Hugues Lafreniere, says no swing. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, Larson, it took him at least 1 start to settle into the starting role. Was roughed up against Empire State on opening weekend, but has bounced back and has looked great. Last 2 starts. 1-2. Pulled foul off to the right. Quality starts against Evansville and against the Sussex County Miners. He's gone 6 innings in each of his last 2 starts. Pitched into the 7th last Thursday. 1-2 to Dawson. Off the end of the bat, Squibber left side, past Larson, picked up by a right. The throw to first is not in time. A good stretch by Smart, but not enough to get Chase Dawson, who legs out an infield single. Was going to be a tough play. It's a Squibber off the end of the bat. And you knew as soon as he got past Grant Larson, who wisely, as a left-handed tosser, if Larson would have scooped up that baseball, he would have had a really tough play to turn around and try to throw out the speedy Dawson to first. So wisely let it roll past him, right to A.J. Wright, whose momentum was already carrying carrying AJ towards the bag at first to make that throw in the run, but nonetheless, it's not in time. 1 on, 1 out. Pitch to Barry, misses, or is it called to strike at the knees? Throw down to second base, and Dawson's in with a hands-first slide. Stolen base for Chase Dawson. Counts 0-1 on Blake Barry. Mitsuki Fukuda looks like he's got the cannon back behind the dish. He nailed the runner back in the first inning. That was Blake Barry, who's now in the left-hand batter's box. Stolen base for Dawson. It's taking Schaumburg out of a double play scenario on a potential ground ball. 0-1. And it's lined to center, and that's down for a base hit. Dawson getting the wave around third. He will come in to score. And it's an RBI single for Blake Barry, and we're tied at 2 in the top half of inning number 4. Well, that's how Schaumburg Boomers play. Singles galore, stolen bases, and then timely hits. And Barry's got 2 RBIs this evening, and we're deadlocked at 2 apiece as it brings up Quinton Selma, who struck out to begin the second inning. Larson out of the stretch, looks over at first and fires, and misses outside, ball 1. So Schaumburg has now retaken the lead on the hit department, 4-3. This game is tied at 2. Smart holds on. Barry at first, who was caught stealing back in the first. 1-0. Foul back. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Ottawa scored 2 unanswered. Schaumburg has answered right back in the top half of inning number 4. There's now been a run in every inning, top or bottom. 1-1. And a fastball catches the outside corner, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Meaning top or bottom of every inning. Schaumburg got a run in the top of the first. Ottawa got runs in the bottom of the second and bottom of the third. Now Schaumburg has 1 and counting in the top half of the 4th. 1-2 from Larson. Swing and a miss. Selma chases the slider down and away and is retired on strikes for the second time this evening. 2 strikeouts inning for Larson, 4 overall tonight, and there's 2 down in the top half of the 4th. Brings up Brett Milazzo. Talked about speed and Chase Dawson. There's some wheels at the dish. 28-year-old Brett Milazzo. But first to check in on Barry, who's back in standing up. Made his pro debut with the Chicago Dogs. Only played 14 games across 2 American Association seasons. First offering from Larson. Milazzo shows bunt and takes upstairs, ball 1. The Chicago Dogs ballpark and Schaumburg's Wintrust Field. Of course, teams in 2 different leagues, but the stadiums are only about half an hour from one another. 1-0. Misses low. 2 balls and no strikes. Just around the Chicago area, across all levels of professional baseball, just how many teams are situated? Here's Chicago, Schaumburg being one of them. 2-0. And it's yanked to second. Down Nate Dicochet has got it, and he'll throw on to first in time to get Milazzo, and that will retire the side. Schaumburg gets a run on 2 hits. Blake Barry with his second RBI of the game has brought this ball game to a 2-2 tie as we get to the bottom of the 4th on CKDJ 107.9 and FloBaseball.tv.
Hey you, person listening to the radio right now. You driving? You better have both hands on the wheel, Buster. 80% of collisions happen because somebody couldn't keep their eyes on the road. And it's not just your phone either. Eating, smoking, and drinking your coffee are all distractions too. Just talking on your phone, even hands-free, makes you 4 times as likely to get you in a collision. 3 seconds is all it takes. Is your social life worth it? Hands on the wheel, eyes on the road.
The best songs from the nation's capital.
I woke up in debt, and I got this sinking feeling, cause I don't think my degree is paying off.
All local.
Invisible man.
All the time.
I'm alone on Friday night.
CKDJ 107.9.
I usually am.
Ottawa's new music.
Hey, this is AJ Wright, and you are listening to Ottawa Titans Baseball on CKDJ 1079.
Schaumburg tying up the ball game in the top half of the fourth inning with an RBI single from Blake Berry. So Ottawa has to respond. Jamie Smart, Taylor Wright, and Manny Garcia, the three expected hitters against right-hander Logan Schmidt. Davide DeCipio's back with you from Ottawa Stadium. It's game 2 of this 3-game series in game 2 of a 6-game homestand. Schaumburg here tonight. They'll play one more tomorrow, the series finale, at 11 a.m. first pitch. And then the defending Frontier League champion, Quebec Capitals, will be in town over the weekend. Ottawa will then head to Trois-Rivières and come right back home to face Joliet. Here's Jamie Smart to begin the bottom half of the fourth, and he'll take a strike over the outside corner. It's 0-1. Check out this shift. Shortstop Craig is on the second base side of the bag. Right up the gut. Second baseman Dawson is well into right field. 0-1. And Smart beats the shift and rips it to left center. Base hit. Oh, how do you like Jamie Smart? He can hit it to all fields, and he's 2 for 2. And a 4 to begin the bottom half of the fourth inning. It'll bring up Taylor Wright. Flew out to left field, back in the second. Go around the Frontier League on this Wednesday. There's a final. Well, there's a few finals from earlier on today. A couple lopsided victories. Selma holds on. Smart at first. First offering to Taylor Wright, misses outside, ball 1. Tri-City with a 9-2 victory over Trois-Rivières earlier on today. Trois-Rivières took the opener of that series yesterday, 12-11. 1-0. And Wright rips it to left field. Symington runs in, now goes back, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. Empire State doubling up New York 6-3 earlier on this morning. And Gateway winning their 7th in a row, 9-2 the final over the Lake Erie Crushers. Current game's ongoing. The Washington Wild Things with a 1-0 lead over the Florence Yalls, top half of the fourth. Sussex County leads Quebec 2-0, bottom of the second. And they're just about to get underway. Evansville's at home to Windy City, and Joliet entertains the New Jersey Jackals. 1 on, 1 out for Manny Garcia, who takes a fastball for a strike over the inside corner, and it's 0-1. In Major League Baseball, Longueuil, Quebec's Abraham Toro with a 2-run shot in the top of the second. The Brewers lead the Blue Jays 2-0. 0-1. And Garcia drills it deep left field. Symington back on the warning track, makes the grab for a loud out number 2. It's the lone game amongst Ottawa teams today. The Ottawa Blackjacks picked up their second win of the season last night at TD Place in the CEBL, a 93-82 win over the Scarborough Shooting Stars. The Ottawa Red Blacks continue their preseason tomorrow in Guelph, taking on Toronto. First pitch to Brendan Bennett is drilled to right center, and that's down in front of Howard for a base hit. Smart moves up to second, and there's the first professional hit for Brandon Bennett. Get that baseball. The reserves on the left-hand side of the dugout calling for it. Holt will flip it to Mark Reardon, so we'll hand it off to Jack Urbias, who's got a keepsake for Brandon Bennett. Congratulations. First and second, 2 outs, and here comes Jake Joyce, the Schaumburg pitching coach, for a meeting on the mound. The bullpen has gotten up for the Schaumburg Boomers down the right field line. Looks like Ben Strom begins to fire out of the Northern Colorado Owls of the Pioneer League. He'll begin to fire. RBI scenario, first and second, 2 outs for Mitsuki Fukuda. Ottawa really has lengthened their lineup tonight. Bannon at first, Smart at second. The infield for Schaumburg's back. Schmidt stealing. Misses down and away. And it's 1-0. 2-2's our score. Bottom half of inning number 4, and it looks like Ottawa may dip into the Schaumburg bullpen shortly. Fukuda rests his two-tone bat on his right shoulder, grounded out to short, first time up. 1-0. And Fukuda pops it foul, back it out of play. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, Mitsuki Fukuda at the dish. With the runner in scoring position. 3 for 8 this season is Mitsuki. That's second best in the ball club, only to Jackie Urbaez. 1-1. Chop foul off to the left, and look out, Jacob Talamonte in the on-deck circle. Had to duck out of the way of that chopper. Now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Fukuda. Brandon Bannon with his first professional hit the opposite way to right center. Stands at first. Jamie Smart beat the shift with an opposite field single. He's in scoring position at second. 2-2's our score. And Schmidt will step off and use his first disengagement. Ottawa now is out-hit Schaumburg 5-4. Infield is back. Dawson shaded up the middle. 1-2. And a breaking ball misses in. Fukuda has to leap out of the way. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Third time through the order looms. And maybe that's on Jamie Bennett's mind, the manager of the Schaumburg Boomers. Third time through the orders coming up. Enjoys his first start of the season. 2-2. And it's poked foul out of play off to the right into the loading dock, and we'll do it again. Joyce not only is his first start of the year, but his first appearance. They got a great start yesterday from Aaron Glickstein. 7 innings, 3 runs on 8 hits. 2-2. And Fukuda takes a fastball up and in, full count. And the runners are going to get a head start. Blake Grant Parks, the veteran catcher, steps out in front of the dish. Will signal to the outfielders. So Bannon will take off from first, and Jamie Smart will leave second base. 3-2. And it's chopped to the left of the mound. Tough play, gets past Schmidt. Holt charges, fields, and he doesn't have a play. And everybody's safe. Mitsuki Fukuda with an infield single, and the bases are loaded for Jacob Talamonte.
Center fielder, the windshield is on number 6, numero 6, Jacob Talamonte.
Couldn't have put that ball in a better place if you're Mitsuki Fukuda. Chopper to the left side, got past the pitcher Schmidt. Holt was playing back at third. Now the bases are loaded for Jacob Talamonte, who walked and scored last time up. He'll take a fastball down and in, ball 1. So you'd have to think with some power coming up, if the inning were to continue past Talamonte, Jamie Bennett will make a move. Infield is back. Fukuda's at first, Bannon's at second, Smart's at third. 1-0. And Talamonte takes a fastball at 90 miles an hour over the outside block, and it's 1-1. Talamonte walked back in the third. He's already up for the third time here tonight. Flew out to left in the first. Outfield back, 1-1. Talamonte checks his swing, but it's called the strike. Breaking ball over the outside corner, and it's 1-2. Tally will step out. Take a deep breath. Now has to battle. The count's 1-2. Bases are juiced for Ottawa on the bottom half of the 4th in this 2-2 game. The pitch. And it misses outside. That'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jacob Talamonte is 0 for 1 with the bases loaded this season. Ottawa's 5 for 15 as a club. Big spot here. Ottawa has scored a run in each of their last 2 times at the dish. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Schmidt beats Talamonte with a fastball up and in, and Ottawa will leave him loaded. We're through 4. 2-2's our score on CKDJ 107.9 and FloBaseball.tv.
It was my daughter's birthday. She was blowing out the candles when we heard That's how we found out about the tornado. It got our attention and helped us get to safety. So when I think of my daughter's birthday, because now she gets to keep having them.
This could be the most important sound of your life. When you hear it, stop, listen, respond. For more information, visit alertready.ca.
Let's do some math. You're behind vehicle A, which is moving at 80 kilometers per hour. Your vehicle, B, is also moving at 80 kilometers per hour. B is 10 meters behind A. How much time in seconds would it take? Leave space between yourself and the vehicle in front of you, and give yourself time to adapt in an emergency circumstance. In inclement weather, allow for an even greater separation to account for an increased stopping distance. At the very least, it will save your bumper.
Hey, this is Jackie Baez, and you're listening to Ottawa Titans Baseball on CKDJ 1079.
A gorgeous Wednesday night from Ottawa. As we roll on to the top half of the fifth, this game is tied up at 2. Ottawa left the bases loaded. They got 3 singles in inning number 4 against Logan Schmidt and were unable to capitalize. David DeCipio's back with you from Ottawa. 7, 8, 9 are due up for the Schaumburg Boomers. And it begins with Alec Craig, Blake Grant Parks, and Miles Symington to follow. Grant Larson out of the full windup deals, and a fastball misses outside, ball 1. Good pitch. Craig flew out to center, part of a 1-2-3 second inning. A.J. Wright is in at third and off the line. Rest of the infield is back. 1-0. Chop foul off to the right. And it's 1 ball and a 1 strike on Craig, the left-handed hitting shortstop. Out of the state of New Jersey, 26-year-old, 1-1. And a fastball is taken for a strike down the pipe, and it's 1-2. Was in the Minnesota Twins organization briefly in 2019. Was in rookie ball. 1-2. Grounded up the middle, past the diving DeCochea at into center field, base hit. Well, it's another single for the Schaumburg Boomers. As Alec Craig goes up the gut to lead off the bottom half of the fifth. And it'll bring up Blake Grant Parks, who grounded out to short to begin the third. Blake Grant Parks was with Schaumburg a season ago. 29-year-olds. Throw over to first, and it gets away from Smart into the Schaumburg right field bullpen. Craig takes off for second. Jamie Smart now gets to the white baseball on the warning track. We'll have to wait the official scoring. Should be an error. Whether it's on Larson or on Smart, will push the potential go-ahead run into scoring position at second base and takes Schaumburg out of a double play scenario. It's an E1. Charge to Grant Larson, who has gone 4 innings, has allowed 2 runs on 5 hits, has not walked a batter, and has struck out 4. Now a runner in scoring position with nobody out. The pitch. And Grant Parks takes a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. And now the Schaumburg first base dugout hollers. Blake Grant Parks has played in this ballpark before, back in the Can-Am League in 2019. Was with the Rockland Boulders, hit .327 in 72 games. Takes the 0-1 high, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. In 2020, went to the Fargo Moorhead Redhawks in that pod league of the American Association, one of the only independent leagues that actually operated. Then was picked up by the Texas Rangers organization. 1-1. Swing, and it's fouled off. Caught Mitsuki Fukuda in the midsection. We'll shake it up, and it's 1-2 on Grant Parks. 271 last year, couple homers and 25 RBIs for the Schaumburg Boomers. That's had 2 stints in affiliated ball. The Razorg and the Rangers. Craig takes you off for third. 1-2's chopped to third, and it's off the glove of A.J. Wright. He'll scoop in, throw to first, and it's in time. And Grant Parks is retired for out number 1. Schaumburg will, though, dodge a bullet as that was a chopper right at A.J. Wright. If A.J. would have grabbed it cleanly, Alec Craig was right there. And A.J. could have applied the tag, but unfortunately for Ottawa, they do get it out, though. Grant Parks is retired. 5-3. Craig now at third for Miles Symington, who grounded out to short. Back in the third. The infield for Ottawa comes in. Left fielder batting left is Symington. The pitch. Breaking ball over the outside half, blocked by Fukuda. He'll track it down. Craig thought about taking off for home, but we'll head back. Miles Symington, 23-year-old. Was in the MLB Draft League a season ago. Hit 211 games for the State College Spikes. Infield is in for Ottawa. 1-0. And it's grounded to the third. Right at A.J. Wright, who looks back. Craig to third. Throws to first in time. Symington's retired for out number 2. Craig stays put at third. Nice play by A.J. Wright, and the infield in works for Ottawa, and there's 2 away. We'll bring up Gage Howard for the third time tonight. He's 1 for 2. Gage Howard out of Carlsbad, California, and the Los Angeles Dodgers organization. Back in the leadoff spot tonight. Infield is back except for A.J. Wright, who stays in. Larson deals. First pitch, breaking balls, double hit, and a chopped foul up the first base line. It's 0-1. Alec Craig led off the inning with a base hit to center. Then Larson, before throwing the first pitch to Blake Grant Parks, tried to pickoff attempt, and the throw got away from Jamie Smart. That put Craig in a scoring position at second. Then a ground out from Grant Parks moved him over to third for first out. Then Miles Symington grounded out to third for the second out. Now brings up Howard. 0-1. And it's hit high and deep to left center. Get her back, and that'll get down for a base hit and roll all the way to the wall. Craig comes in to score, and Howard will cruise into second with a stand-up double, and it's 3-2 Schaumburg in the top half of the 5th. That'll be an RBI. 2-bagger for Gage Howard. His 8th double of the year. Continues to lead the Schaumburg Boomers. Bring up Travis Holt for the third time tonight. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. So Schaumburg once again has the lead. Larson set the pitch. And the slider misses down and in, ball 1. So after committing that error, it right now has gone down as an unearned run. Left-hander set, the 1-0. And it's chopped on the ground at third. Picked up by A.J. Wright. He'll set his feet and throw to first in time, and Holt's retired to retire the side. Schaumburg retakes the lead. An RBI double from Gage Howard. It's 3-2 Boomers as we head to the bottom half of the 5th on CKDJ 107.9 and FloBaseball.tv.
Oh, hey. Wait, what was the question?
Let me guess. 1 driving high combo, extra baked?
No. Could I get a burger with a side of, fries?
Think you're a better driver when you're high? Think again. Smoking weed affects reaction time and concentration. So wait at least 4 hours before getting behind the wheel. Or don't drive at all if you're new to it, have eaten it, or if you've mixed it with alcohol. Brought to you by Mad Canada.
Oh, I love CKDJ, but being a hip young fella like myself, I don't have a radio.
Grandpa, you have 12 radios at home.
Shut up, kid.
Do not worry, I am here.
Grandpa, look, it's the CKDJ website.
I can see just fine.
You can listen online at ckdj.net. Plus, check out all of the latest blogs, podcasts, and more.
Oh, it's time to surf the interwebs with Internet Explorer. Go to ckdj.net.
Come on, Grandpa, let's go home.
My feet feel like sponges.
Hey, this is Bobby Brown here, and you're listening to Ottawa Titans Baseball on CKD J1079.
3-2, Schaumburg leads as we start the bottom half of the 5th inning, and Jamie Bennett has gone to his bullpen. It's the right-hander Ben Strom who will relieve Logan Schmidt after 4 innings tonight. Schaumburg taking the lead in the top half of the 5th. An RBI double from Gage Howard, scoring a leadoff base hit by Alec Craig. Right-hander works out of the stretch to Jake Gitter, who doubled home run last time up. First pitch fastball misses up. Gitter checks his swing. They appeal over to third. No swing, and it's 1-0. Go over the final line for the starter, Logan Schmidt, in just a moment. 1-0. And Gitter takes inside. 2 balls and no strikes. From West Fargo, North Dakota, former 23rd round pick of the Giants, 26-year-old Ben Strom, 6'4", 210 pounds. 4th appearance of the season. 2-0. Ground ball to first. Scooped up by Selma. He'll underhand flip to Strom, covering the bag. And there's 1 down in inning number 5. Final line for Logan Schmidt, 4 innings. So this will not factor into the decision here this evening in his first start of the season. 2 runs, both earned on 6 hits, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. Now it's Ben Strom. Will face A.J. Wright, who takes a breaking ball below the knees. And it's 1 ball and no strikes on Ottawa's right-handed hitting third baseman. Infield's back, the 1-0. And a fastball misses up and in, and A.J.'s got to trot out of the way. Momentum took him out of the batter's box and then just continued to trot up the third baseline. Strom was with Northern Colorado of the Pioneer League a season ago. Also was with the New York Boulders. Misses outside to right, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. Reached low A ball in the Giants organization in 2019. Since it's bounced around independent ball, 3-0. And Wright will take a strike. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. He's played for Fargo Moorhead, the New York Boulders, Northern Colorado Owls, and now the Schaumburg Boomers. 3-1. And A.J. takes downstairs, ball 4. No record for Strom in this, his 4th appearance. He's worked 4 1/3, has allowed 7 runs, all earned on 6 hits, has now walked 6 and has fanned 3. Has walked Jason DeCochea for a 1-out free pass. And here's Jason DeCochea, who's 1 for 2 with a solo home run. Strom set the pitch. And time is called, and they've called the balk. Hugues Lafreniere, the third base umpire and crew chief, who has moved with a runner on base, was positioned between first and second, will call a balk. That'll put Wright in a scoring position with 1 down. Well, could this change things for Schaumburg? Because now the double play is out of order on a potential ball on the ground. First pitch to DeCochea, misses inside, ball 1. Deco checks his swing. It's the appeal over to Maxime Leroux, who's now standing between first and second. So Ben Strom is into the game. As the ball in the orange mitt, looks back right at second, 1-0. And DeCochea takes up and away. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Strom last faced the New York Boulders on Sunday. His former club went 2 innings, allowed no runs on no hits, walked 2 and struck out 2. Allowed a 7 spot against Gateway back on May the 17th, but did not factor into the decision. 2-0, and a fastball runs in. Deco holds up the check swing attempt, and it's 3 balls and no strikes, and Blake Grant Parks will call time and head out to the mound. Trying to settle down the right-hander. Last season, Strom had no record in 5 games with Northern Colorado, over 6 1/3, allowed 10 runs on 5 hits. For TJ Stanton's New York Boulders, only worked 13 innings. Over 6 appearances, allowed 10 runs on 16 hits. Does not walk many. Put AJ right on with a free pass, balked to put him at second. 3-0 to Deco Shea. And a fastball misses up and in, ball 4. Back-to-back walks have put runners at first and second with a 1-out.
First baseman, well, the premier but number 41, numéro 41, Jamie Smart.
We'll bring up Jamie Smart, who's 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. Schaumburg tried to shift to the right, put Chase Dawson basically in right field when Smart led off the 4th, and he's beat it by lining a base hit to left center. First and second, 1 out the pitch. And it catches the outside corner. It's 0-1. Jamie Smart has 22 hits this season. His last full season back in 2021 at 55 in 50 games. Hit a combined 342 in a couple of different leagues. 0-1. And Smart takes a fastball up and away. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Was mainly in the Frontier League, but did play a couple of games in the American Association with Windy City in Southern Illinois. Had 55 hits. Deco Shea at first, AJ Wright at second. 1-1 to Smart. Misses way inside. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike on the Ottawa left-handed hitting first baseman. No Gabe Snyder in tonight's starting 9 for the Ottawa Titans. Infield is back. Craig, the shortstop, is shaded up the middle, keeping a close eye on the lead runner in A.J. Wright. Schaumburg leads 3-2, bottom of the 5th. 2-1, and Smart pokes it foul out of play off to the left, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Over the offseason, Jamie works with John Stevens, who's the hitting coordinator for the Ottawa Titans. Doesn't look too far as well from the Ottawa manager, Bobby Brown. Under John Stevens' niche and clientele, Jeff McNeil, former batting champ. 2-2, and Smart lines it foul out of play off to the left, and we'll do it again. Jeff McNeil, an all-star with the New York Mets. On a Silver Slugger a year ago, hit .326, the best in the big leagues, a career .305 hitter. Same hitting coach as Jamie Smart. First and second, 1 out, and Strom will step off. Jeff McNeil has also made 2 All-Star teams while he was a New York Met, was 5th in MVP voting last season. Something similar between McNeil and Smart. They can hit the ball to all fields and have a great eye. 2-2. Foul back. Smart fights off a tough pitch. Deco Shea is at first. A.J. Wright's at second. The 2 drew a pair of 1-out walks. Bottom half of the 5th. Schaumburg leads Ottawa 3-2. Game 2 of this 3-game series. Ottawa's looking to avoid dropping their 5th straight series. They want to set up a rubber match tomorrow morning. 2-2. And it's golfed down the right field line and foul off the batting cage, and we'll do it again. It's a very interesting outfield alignment against Jamie Smart. The right fielder, Howard, is way off the line and deep. Center fielder Milazzo is shaded in a left center, and Symington in left is almost playing against the foul line. First and second, 1 out, another 2-2, and Smart rips it foul out of play off to the left. into the hop yard. It'll be the 8th pitch of the at-bat to Jamie Smart. Taylor Wright, who's flown out to left on a couple of different occasions, getting a nice look in the on-deck circle off to the left, just beside the Ottawa dugout. Base hit could tie the game. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Nice off-speed pitch from Strom, and he wins the battle against Smart. Strikeout, and there's 2 away.
Right fielder to Winchell to the left, number 12, numero 2, Taylor Wright.
So another chance for Ottawa. With runners at first and second and 2 down, it's Taylor Wright. Ottawa now is just 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position tonight. The pitch, swing and a miss. Wright way out in front, and it's 0-1. DeCochea is at first, AJ Wright's at second. Ottawa trails in game 2 of this 3-game series in the bottom half of the 5th inning, 3-2. Schaumburg took the lead with an RBI double from Gage Howard in the top half of this frame. 0-1. Misses up and away. Wright lays off, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Taylor Wright had a good night yesterday, 2 for 4, a double and a single, scored 2 runs, also pitched an inning, allowed 2 runs on 2 hits. One of the unsung heroes of this Ottawa team so far. 1-1. And Wright takes a strike over the outside corner. And it's 1-2. Strom into the ball game after the starter Logan Schmidt went 4 innings, allowed 2 runs on 6 hits. Strom, the right-hander out of West Fargo, North Dakota's walked a couple, is looking to finish the mess. 1-2. And it misses low to even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Taylor Wright is 0 for 2, a couple of fly balls out to left field. He's looking to square something up. He get a double off the fence in left in last night's game. Taylor Wright's got 3 doubles this season. He'll take a base hit in this at-bat. 2-2. And it's up and in, and it'll graze the white jersey of Taylor Wright. It's a hit by pitch, and that's going to load up the bases. Taylor Wright gets hit by a pitch.
The designated hitter de frappeur de choix, number 27, numéro 27, Manny Garcia.
So the Ottawa Titans left the bases loaded in the 4th. They've got another opportunity in the last of the 5th. Taylor Wright's at first, DeCochea's at second, and AJ Wright's at third. The pitch. And Manny Garcia takes outside, ball 1. Manny Garcia is up with the bases loaded for the 2nd time this season. He's 1 for 1. Infield back, the pitch. And Garcia yanks it foul, out of play off to the left. Into the tree just beside the hop yard. Concession stand, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Garcia has flown out to left field twice. Hit a home run to left center yesterday. Just missed a big fly in his last at-bat. 1-1. And it misses up and in. Nearly plunked Garcia on the left elbow, and the count moves to 2-1. In his first inning out of the bullpen, Ben Strom has walked 2, and he's plunked 1. Sacks are packed. 2-1. And a fastball misses up and in. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. And now there's a decision. If you're Garcia, do you take and go to 3-2? Bullpen is right back up for Schaumburg down the right field line. 3-1. And Garcia takes a fastball up and in, ball 4, and that'll walk home a run. AJ Wright comes in to score, and we're tied at 3 in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Taylor Wright will move over to second. Jason DeCochea is over to third. So that brings up Brandon Bannon.
Shortstop Laricourt, number 28, numéro 28, Brandon Bannon.
Right-hander Matt Craven begins to loosen up down the right field line for the Schaumburg Boomers. Bases remain loaded for Brandon Bannon, the shortstop batting right, who blooped in a base hit to right center for his first pro hit last time up. The pitch. And Strom gets ahead with a strike over the inside corner, and it's 0-1. Bannon stepped out, looked at Brendan Boucher, the home plate umpire, and inquired where that pitch was. It seemed to be down and in. Garcia's at first, Taylor Wright's at second, Garcia's at third. The pitch. High fastball. Bannon checked his swing, went too far around, says Maxime Leroux at first, and it's 0-2. Pardon me. Garcia's at first, Taylor Wright's at second, Decochet at third. Ottawa has a run. In the bottom half of the fifth, they're looking for more. Second at-bat or third at-bat of the night with the bases loaded for Ottawa this evening. 0-2. Little looper right side. Selma out, and that lands foul off the warning track. And rolls into the Schaumburg right field bullpen. We'll do it again on 0-2. Bannon is now 1 for 6 in his professional career. Grounded out 4 times yesterday in the leadoff spot. Is down in the 8th spot tonight. And it's paid off. He's got a base hit. He's looking to give Ottawa the lead. Infield is back. Sacks are packed. 0-2. Bounce in the dirt, gets past Grant Parks, back to the screen. Decochet comes in to score, and Ottawa's taken a 4-3 lead on the wild pitch. Taylor Wright will move over to third. Manny Garcia's up to second. Well, Ottawa catches a break. Wild pitch will move the count to a ball and 2 strikes. And the Ottawa Titans lead again. First multi-run inning we've had tonight. Garcia's now at second base. Taylor Wright's at third. 0-2. And Bannon pops it foul back and out of play. Pardon me, the count's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Doesn't mirror image that on the scoreboard in right center field. We've gone back and forth here tonight. Schaumburg opened up the score and then Ottawa took the lead. Schaumburg tied it and then took the advantage. Ottawa's now tied it up. They're looking for the advantage again. 0-2, up and in. And the count moves now to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ottawa has 2 runs on no hits against reliever Ben Strom in the bottom half of the 5th. They're looking for more. Base hit could add a couple more. 2-2. And it's yanked foul out of play into the hop yard off to the left. It actually hits the light post. Well, unfortunately, doesn't count. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sun continues to set here in Canada's capital. Temperatures dropped a couple of degrees. We start at 31 tonight. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Chase the breaking ball in the dirt. Drop dirt strike. Bannon takes out for a first, and Grant Parks throws him out. And that'll end the inning. But the Ottawa Titans scored 2 runs on no hits. A walk brought home 1 to tie the game. But then a wild pitch issued by Ben Strom scores Jason Decochet, and it's 4-3 Ottawa after 5 on CKDJ 107.9 and FloBaseball.tv.
Hey you, person listening to the radio right now. You driving? You better have both hands on the wheel, Buster. 80% of collisions happen because somebody couldn't keep their eyes on the road. And it's not just your phone either. Eating, smoking, and drinking your coffee are all distractions too. Just talking on your phone, even hands-free, makes you 4 times as likely to get you in a collision. 3 seconds is all it takes. Is your social life worth it? Hands on the wheel, eyes on the road.
Ottawa? Pfft, what kind of music comes out of Ottawa? Alright, but what else you got?
Check me out, fresh and clean, turning heads, causing a scene in my new suit.
Is that it?
They call me Tiago. I don't know who's Margo.
Damn, these are actually pretty good. Alright, where can I listen to all these songs?
CKDJ 107.9, Ottawa's new music.
Okay, cool.
Hey, this is Zach Westcott, and you're listening to Ottawa Titans Baseball on CKDJ 1079.
Oh, the Ottawa Titans retake the lead. They scored 2 runs on no hits. A trio of walks issued by Ben Strom. There was also a hit by pitch in the bottom half of the 5th inning. A wild pitch also brought home a run. So when the dust settles, it's 4-3 Ottawa as we head to the 6th inning. And we're back to our old ways here at Ottawa Stadium. The end of the 5th inning drag is dragging on as they're now deep in the hole at second base. And they're going to try to wrap this up as the pitch clock will expire. 4-3 Ottawa leads. Hits are also tied up at 6 apiece. Mason Dietrich's back at CKDJ Master Control at Algonquin College. Davide DeCipio is with you from the ballpark. We've gone back and forth tonight. Schaumburg led 1-0 after 1. Ottawa tied the game at 1 after 2, then took the lead after 3. Schaumburg tied it in the 4th, took the lead in the top of the 5th. Ottawa grabbed it right back with a couple in the bottom of the 5th. Grant Larson is back out for the 6th inning. He'll face 3, 4, and 5 in the Schaumburg order, all left-handed hitters. Chase Dawson will start it off. Left-handed hitting second baseman's 2 for 2. A.J. Wright's in at third, rest of the infield's back. The pitch. And a breaking ball catches the outside corner. It's 0-1. Chase Dawson has been the heart and soul of this Schaumburg team last couple of years. 0-1. Misses down and in, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. 25-year-old utility guy, can play second base and in the outfield. 5'9", 185 pounds. It's in his 4th season with Schaumburg. 1-1. Slow roller up the first baseline. In comes Jamie Smart. He'll pick it up in fair territory. Try to tag Dawson. And as the two collided, the ball popped out of the mitt of Jamie Smart. Dawson then swipes first base and is down behind the bag at first. He's safe. It should be an infield single. Samantha Fluke is the athletic therapist, and she's made her way out to check on Chase Dawson, who has reached base for the 3rd straight plate appearance. Dawson is favoring his lower half and now pops up. And he's going to stay in the game. It's been scored an error, it appears, on the board in right center.
The designated hitter is number 34, named contact Blake Berry.
Well, the scoring, pardon me, it has been scored a base hit. That error was charged last inning to Grant Larson. Dawson will stay in the game. Jamie Bennett, the manager, made his way over to check on Dawson, who's all right. He'll now run across the diamond and back to the third base coaching box. Leadoff man's on for Schaumburg. In the top half of the 6th, Ottawa leading 4-3. It brings up Blake Berry, who's 1 for 2 with a couple of RBIs tonight. Lefty-lefty matchup. You know, Dawson's going to want to think steal. The pitch. Misses down and away, ball 1. Glavin Pineda has grabbed the ball. Looks like he's going to begin to loosen up down the left field line. Jamie Smart holds on. Dawson at first. 1-0. And a breaking ball misses downstairs. It's 2 balls and no strikes. So Pineda is starting to loosen up for Ottawa. Larson's pinch count is at 63 through 5+ innings. 2-0. And a fastball's taken right down the middle, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. It was a good long hold by Larson. Dawson got a good secondary lead, but then had to take a few steps back because he saw Larson's leg kick. 2-1. And a breaking ball catches the outside corner. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Brandon Boucher hears it from the Schaumburg first base dugout. Count is even up at 2-2. Middle infield's at double play depth. We'll see if Schaumburg starts up the runner. 2-2. Runner doesn't go, and it's taken low. And it'll bring the count full. Grant Larson has pitched into the 6th inning in now 3 straight starts. Payoff pitch. And it's ripped to center. Talamonte goes back with room. He'll make the catch off to his right. In motion for a loud out number 1. So still a couple of lefties coming up. Glaven Pineda is at the base of the mound starting to toss. Brings up Quinton Selma, who's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts against Grant Larson this evening. 1 out, top of the 6th, Ottawa in front 4-3. Left-hander set and deals, and Selma chops it to first. Smart scoops, slips, underhand flips to Larson, covering the bag at first, and it's in time for out number 2. Well, Jamie Smart was thinking double play, was holding on Chase Dawson at first, fielded the chopper off the bat as Selma initially thought to go to the bag at second, then kind of slipped on the grass, wisely saw Larson in his lane of sight coming to the bag at first, underhand flip to get the for sure out and Selma at first base. So it moves the potential tying run into scoring position for Brett Milazzo's 0 for 2. Third baseman A.J. Wright's in, rest of the infield is back. Larson set, the pitch. And a breaking ball catches the outside corner, and it's 0-1. The pen is back up for Schaumburg. Down the right field line, it's Matt Craven. Outfield is straight away. Milazzo with an open stance to the left, the 0-1. Misses down. That'll even up the count of 1 ball and 1 strike. Ottawa is looking to pick up a victory. They've lost 5 of their last 7. 1-1. And a breaking ball is slammed to right. Right on his horse, goes back, reaches up, and he makes the catch! What a grab by Taylor Wright. He saves a run and robs Milazzo of extra bases. Well, you'll see that one on the Frontier League Plays of the Week. Ottawa strands Dawson in scoring position. Ottawa will take a 4-3 lead to the bottom half of the 6th on CKDJ 107.9 and FloBaseball.tv.
Imagine being on a raft, floating out at sea. You were, perhaps, once far enough to swim back to shore, but you are now tired, thirsty, and worn. Post-secondary students can face an overwhelming amount of stress during a transition period of their lives. It is not uncommon to feel like you can't talk to someone, or that you have no one to talk to. Good to Help is here to listen and here to help. If you are suffering from addiction, stress, anxiety, a tragic loss, depression, or just need someone to listen, call the Good to Help line at 1-866-925-5454.
Yo. When your girl is looking pretty, don't be silly, rap that willy.
Listen, we don't want to be corny, but we all get horny. Ugh, that stupid rap rubbed off on me. Protect you and your partner from STIs and unwanted pregnancy by practicing safe sex. You can visit health services at algonquincollege.com for more info on sexual health. Stay safe in the bedroom.
Wear a condom, yo.
Hey, this is Jackie Baez, and you're listening to Ottawa Titans Baseball on CKDJ 107.9.
A highlight reel grab by Taylor Wright. Not only saved a run, but robbed Brett Milazzo of extra bases. Keeps it 4-3 Ottawa as we begin the bottom half of the 6th inning. New pitcher into the ball game is Matt Craven, who will make his professional debut here tonight. Right-hander set out of the stretch to Mitsuki Fukuda. Right-hand hitting catcher takes a strike. And it's 0-1. We'll go over the final line for Ben Strom in just a moment. 0-1 to Mitsuki, who singled his last time up. The pitch. And a fastball misses upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike on the Ottawa catcher. 4-3, Ottawa is in front. Hole plays even with the bag at third. The 1-1. And a fastball's taken right down the middle. At 88 miles an hour, it's 1-2. 22-year-old. Out of Bellarmine University in Louisville, Kentucky. 1-2 to Mitsuki Fukuda. And a breaking ball's pulled foul off to the left. We'll do it again. Kind of has that strut as soon as he has gives his leg kick. Is the right-hander Matt Craven. He kind of uses his back leg and pushes himself forward. 1-2, and a fastball runs down and away. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Final line for Ben Strom. 1 inning. He allowed 2 runs, both earned on no hits. Walked 3. Struck out a couple as Craven gets Fukuda to pop up the 2-2. Foul out of play off to the right, and we'll do it again. Strom in 1 inning allowed 2 runs, both earned on no hits. Walked 3, struck out 2, hit 1, and threw 1 wild pitch. Infield is back. Craven is the third arm to work for Schaumburg here tonight. Second out of the bullpen. 2-2. And Fukuda loops it to right. In comes Howard. He slides. And he makes the catch. What a grab by Gage Howard. He picks it off the grass and robs Fukuda of a leadoff base hit. There's 1 away to begin the last of the 6th. Oh, a couple of really nice grabs. If you want to go back to the top half of the inning when Taylor Wright made that diving catch just in front of the warning track, heading back and off to his right. H. Howard charging and making a nice catch. Here's Jacob Talamonte, who shows bunt. Takes a fastball up and away. It's 1-0. Talamonte's up for the 4th time. Is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Struck out last time up with the bases loaded. Holtz in at third. 1-0. And Talamonte takes a strike at the knees. The fastball from Craven sits around high 80s. And it's 1-1. 4-3 Ottawa leads. The pitch. And Talamonte chops it over the mound right at Alec Craig, who fields, throws to first in time for out number 2.
Left fielder, let's show the gauche, number 35, numéro 35, Jake Gitter.
We'll bring up Jake Gitter with nobody on and 2 outs. Smashed a double to right center back in the 3rd inning. That'd give Ottawa the lead. The pitch. And Gitter takes down an in-ball 1. Gitter since grounded out to first base against Strom back in the 5th. It's looking to extend the bottom half of the 6th for Ottawa, who lead 4-3. Infield back, 1-0, and it's foul back. Evens up the count of 1 ball and 1 strike. In his 2nd game with the Ottawa Titans after signing yesterday before the game. And Coastal Carolina University in Conway, South Carolina. 1-1, misses up and in. Went off the glove of the catcher, Blake Graham Parks, and got a piece of the home plate umpire, Brendan Boucher. Was a little shaken up. He'll take a walk out in front of the dish. Looks like it got the home plate ump on the right arm. Blake Graham Parks will buy the rookie umpire some time. Heading out to the bump. The count is 2 balls and a strike on Jake Gitter. While in Lexington, only played in 16 games, had 3 extra base hits, all were home runs. For Lake Erie last year, had 5 doubles. He struck out in all 4 at-bats in yesterday's game, but it's made up for it with a big double tonight. That was early on. 2-1. Misses down and away, and it's a hitter's count at 3 balls and a strike. Well, it's that part of the order for Craven now in your pro debut that you don't want to nibble around too much. Perhaps Gitter were to get on, then the big bats of Wright, DeCochet, and Smarter coming up. 3-1. And it's a fastball taken for a strike at Threes, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Brandon Boucher rung up Gitter thinking it was strike 3. Ottawa's left-handed hitting left fielder thought it was ball 4. Here's a payoff pitch. And it's foul back. It's really when chaos ensued when the hitter thinks it's ball 4. Fake tossed his bat towards the third base dugout, and then the home plate umpire on strike 2 rings up the hitter and immediately said it's a full count. Here's another payoff pitch to Jake Gitter. And it's popped up left side. Travis Holt is out in a foul ground. He'll give way to Miles Symington, who can't make the catch. That's down for a hit. Gitter around first, will take second. That should be a double. We'll await the official scoring, and it is as it flashes on the board in right center. That ball kept carrying. Initially, Travis Holt, the third baseman, ran out down the left field line, then peeled off towards the warning track as Symington came in near the line and then whiffed on the baseball, overran it. Second double of the game for Jake Gitter. And I'll bring up A.J. Wright, Ottawa's third baseman batting right, who walked and scored back in the 5th. A.J. looking to tack on some more runs. First multi-double game for an Ottawa Titan this season as A.J. takes down and away ball 1. The Ottawa Titans entering this ball game tonight and hit 17 doubles as a team. Now I've got 19 for the couple of 2-baggers by Jake Gitter. 1-0. Fastball right down the middle, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. A.J. struck out in his first 2 plate appearances against Logan Schmidt, walked against Ben Strom last time up, now faces Matt Craven. A.J. went 0 for 4 yesterday, had a 10-game on-base streak come to an end. 1-1, and a breaking ball is taken below the knees. Wright checks his swing, the appeal over to first, and Maxime Leroux says no swing, and the count moves to 2-1. Well, A.J. started a new on-base streak, walked and scored his last time up. Jake Gitter with his second double of the night leads off the bag, held on by Dawson. 2-1. And A.J. smacks it deep right center. Howard back at the wall, and it's off the fence, base hit. Gitter comes in to score, and A.J. Wright cruises in a second with an RBI double, and it's 5-3 Ottawa in the bottom half of the 6th inning.
Second baseman's well to deuxième but number 2. Le numéro 2, Jason DeCochet.
Ottawa's got their 3rd double tonight. Back-to-back 2-out, 2-baggers has made it 5-3. A.J. Wright with an RBI stands at second for Jason DeCochet. First pitch heater misses inside, ball 1. DeCochet is 1 for 2. Has scored a couple of runs, walked, and played it on a wild pitch last time up in the 5th. Homer to lead off to second. He's got 2 big flies on the year, and a base hit could add to this Ottawa lead. 1-0. And Deco lines it foul back and out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike on the Ottawa second baseman batting right. A 2-out double that was really misplayed by Miles Symington out in left field. Overran the baseball near the foul line, reached back, and he couldn't make the catch. Eventually, A.J. Wright smacks a double off the right center field wall to bring home another run for Ottawa as DeCochet rips the 1-1. Deep left field, Symington back, and it is gone! How about a multi-home run day for Jason DeCochet? He rips it over the fence and left. His 2nd homer of the night and 3rd of the season. The 2-run shot has made it 7-3 Ottawa in the bottom half of the 6th inning. How about that for Jason DeCochea? Multi-home run game. That Titans home run was presented by Storm Internet, providing high-speed internet since 1996. Second multi-home run performance of the season for an Ottawa Titan. A.J. Wright had the first one back in Gateway as Jamie Smart takes down and away ball one. It's the 7th time in franchise history that an Ottawa Titan has had at least 2 home runs in a game. Chase Dawson, the second baseman, is deep in a right field, or starting in shallow right. As Smart takes a strike at the knees, it's 1-1. So Ottawa's erupted for 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th and have a 7-3 lead over Schaumburg. Still 2 outs, 1-1. And Smart takes down and away. 2 balls and a strike. Craven got the first 2 of these, then double from Gitter, double from Wright, and now a 2-run shot from DeCochea. 2 homers on the night for Deco. 2-1. And Smart takes in the dirt, 3 balls and a strike. So Glaven Pineda was up for Ottawa in the top half of the 6th inning, now is sat down. So it looks like Grant Larson's going to come back out for the 7th. Unless Pineda's ready, that is. Craven set, 3-1. And Smart chops it to first, right at Selma, who will run it to the bag himself, and that'll end the inning. But Ottawa connects for 3 straight 2-out hits. A.J. Wright cashing in a 2-out double from Jake Gitter with a double in his own right. That made it 5-3 Ottawa. Then Jason DeCochea with his 2nd home run of the ball game clears the wall in left. Deco with his 3rd big fly of the year has made it 7-3 Ottawa through 6 on CKDJ 107.9 and FloBaseball.tv.
Sometimes you lose track of time studying on campus, and by the time you look at the clock, the sun's already set. It can be scary to walk alone to your car, dorm, or bus stop. Well, fear no more with the AC Mobile Safety app. It's not just a COVID screening app. Just click the friend walk and pick one of your contacts. AC Mobile Safety will share your location with them in real time. If something happens, either of you can hit the emergency button, calling Super Security to your location. Be the hero Algonquin College deserves with the AC Mobile Safety app. We play so many great bands on CKDJ, like Civilian and Civilian, and the hit band Civilian.
Emma, shut up!
CKDJ has other cool bands too, like Stone Cold Crows.
Oh yeah, my bad. We also got Radmore. CKDJ so sick!
Hey, this is AJ Wright, and you are listening to Ottawa Titans Baseball on CKDJ 1079.
Three straight 2-out extra base hits help Ottawa add 3 more and take a 7-3 lead to the 7th. Davide DeCipio back with you. Jake Gitter doubled the 2nd time in this ball game, then was cashed in by a double from A.J. Wright. Then Jason DeCochea rounded the bases for the 2nd time this evening and 3rd time of the year, and it's 7-3 Ottawa as we begin the 7th. Grant Larson starts Alec Craig with a breaking ball at the knees. It's 0-1. Davide DeCipio's back with you from Ottawa. Mason Dietrich's back at Algonquin College running the board. He'll join us in the postgame show. 0-1 hit deep in the hole the 2nd. Sliding stop by DeCochea. He'll pop up and throw out Craig at first. Bird out number 1. Oh, really nice defensive play by Jason DeCochea, piggybacking off the nice grab. Taylor Wright made in right field back in the top half of the 6th. Glaven Pineda's back tossing for Ottawa down the left field line. Larson out of the full windup without face. Blake Grant Parks, who's 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts. The pitch. And a breaking ball misses down and away, ball 1. Schaumburg led in this game on 2 different occasions. Ottawa has had the lead on 2 different occasions. 1-0. Fastball taken for a strike over the outside edge. It's 1-1. Grant Parks, the catcher, batting red, is grounded out to short and to third. The pitch. Runs outside, and it's 2 balls and a strike. The most Schaumburg really has ever led is by a run. They led 1-0 after 1, and they had a 3-2 lead after 4.5. Ottawa has scored 5 unanswered. 2-1. In the dirt, skips past Fukuda and rolls to the screen. It's a hitter's count at 3 balls and a strike. Nobody on, 1 out. A nice sliding stop by Jason DeCochet at second, robbed Alec Craig of a single. 1 away, top half of the 7th. 3-1. And it misses outside, ball 4. Grant Parks will draw a 1-out walk. Grant Larson has fared pretty well so far. 78 pitches through 6 1/3. Tom Carcione walks down into the dugout. He's perhaps going to go over the game plan with Bobby Brown on what Ottawa wants to do. Number 9 man's Miles Symington. The pitch. And a fastball taken right down the middle. It's 0-1. In the dream scenario, Larson would roll a ground ball and get out of the inning. 4th time through the lineup is on deck off to the right, so maybe that's why they got Pineda up. Grant Parks is at first, held on by Smart. 0-1 to Symington. Slider down and away. Symington checks his swing. They appeal to the third base umpire standing between first and second. Hugues Lafreniere says no swing. It's 1-1. Symington is grounded out to short and to third. In the 9th spot in the Schaumburg order. 1-1. Fouled off. Tipped off the mid of Fukuda. Rolls back onto the grass area, picked up by Gage Howard. And the count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. Middle infield's at double play depth. The third baseman, A.J. Wright, is even with the bag and way off the line. 7-3 Ottawa in front. As Larson comes set. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Barrett a slider down and away, and Symington's down on strikes for route number 2. Now here's the decision. Does Bobby Brown let Grant Larson finish the 7th inning? Glavin Pineda is still firing. And yes, it looks like Larson's going to get a chance to finish. Left-hand hitting Gage Howard, who's 2 for 3 tonight with an RBI doubles, stands into the left-hand batter's box. The pitch runs outside, ball 1. Howard doubled to left center last time up, brought home Alec Craig. That gave Schaumburg the lead back in the top half of the 5th. Ottawa since has scored 5 unanswered and leads 7-3. 1-0. And Howard takes up and in, 2 balls and no strikes. Well, Grant Larson has walked a batter in this 7th inning. Had not walked an opposing hitter in his last 12 2/3 entering the start. 2-0. And a breaking ball catches the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Blake Grant Parks worked himself into a fastball count, and Larson ended up losing the number 8 man. In the Schaumburg order is the 2-1 for Howard is grounded to second, right at DeCochet, who fields and throws to first in time, and that'll end the inning. What a night for Grant Larson. Terrific. He's in line for the win, if that is all. Time to stretch in Ottawa. The Titans leading 7-3 on CKDJ 107.9 and FloBaseball.tv.
Think of the moments Canada's veterans risk to protect us. Get-togethers with family and friends. Big celebrations. Simple pleasures. Everything we value in life, they put on the line. Honoring veterans is our duty. The Legion is dedicated to remembering and supporting those who served and building stronger communities across the country. But we need your help. Anyone can become a member. Visit legion.ca.
Do you ever wish you were a superhero? Saving lives doesn't mean you need tights and a cape. Open heart surgery requires blood from up to 5 donors. Certain cancer treatments need upwards of 10. Leukemia treatments require 8 donors a week. You can be someone's superhero today. Donate blood. You may think your contribution won't help, but the truth is, every drop counts. Please call 1-888-2DONATE for more info and to book your appointment today.
Hey, this is Bobby Brown here, and you're listening to Ottawa Titans Baseball on CKD J1079.
What a night for Grant Larson, if that is all. 7 great innings. Out 3 runs on 7 hits. Walked 1 and struck out 5. And if that is all for Larson, he'll leave in line for the win. Ottawa leading 7-3 after the stretch. Matt Craven still in the ballgame. He'll work to 6, 7, and 8 in the Ottawa order, beginning with Taylor Wright, Manny Garcia, and Brandon Bannon are to follow. Davide DeCipia with you from Ottawa Stadium on this Wednesday night series finale tomorrow morning. 11 a.m. first pitch. Miguel Reyes will toe the slab for Schaumburg. Nick McDonald will get the ball for Ottawa. First pitch of the 7th to Taylor Wright is chopped foul back to the screen. And it's 0-1. Taylor Wright was hit by a pitch last time up by Ben Strom. Overall's 0 for 2 in this ball game tonight. Right-hander set out of the stretch, the 0-1. And Wright takes down and in, goes off the mitt of Grant Parks and back to the screen. It's a ball and a strike. Glaven Pineda has been up for the last couple of innings. He's still tossing down the left field line. Looks like this is Craven's inning as Schaumburg's right field bullpen's quiet. It's a 1-1, is swung on and missed. It's a ball and 2 strikes. All seemed easy going for Craven in his first pro inning back in the 6th. Got the first 2 outs, a fly out and a ground out, but then ran into a bit of trouble. Miles Symington misplayed a ball in left field. It ended up dropping it for a double. But first the 1-2 and a fastball swung on and missed, strike 3, and there's out number 1. So after Gitter looped in a double for his second 2-bagger of the night, A.J. Wright roped a double off the fence in right center field. That brought home Gitter to make it 5-3 Ottawa. Then Jason DeCochet lined a 1-1 over the fence in left for his second home run of the game, to bring the score to what it is now. It's 7-3 Ottawa. 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Here's Manny Garcia, who's 0 for 2 with a walk and an RBI tonight. DH bats right. Raven set the pitch. Breaking ball taken down and away, ball 1. Talked about a last half inning. Raven kind of uses that back foot and uses it to push himself off, to get himself closer to this. Similar to Carter Caps back with the Miami Marlins, the big leagues a few years ago. 1-0, changeup, swing and a miss. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike on Garcia, batting with the bases clean and 1 down. Last of the 7th, Ottawa 7, Schaumburg 3. Right-hander set, low 1-1. Misses inside. And it's 2 balls and a strike. At Bellarmine University, went 1-5 in 22 appearances this season, did Craven. 4 starts, 38 innings, 31 runs on 45 hits. 2-1, swing and a miss. Garcia chases, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brandon Bannon, who's 1 for 3, awaits on deck off to the left. It's getting a little chilly now on this Wednesday. It was nice and warm today, and Garcia will use his timeout. Wind had also picked up a little bit around game time. There was a heat warning in effect in Ottawa today. 29 degrees as we continue on. 2-2. Pulled foul. Down the left field line, and we'll do it again. Matt Valen and Glaven Pineda are standing by in the left field bullpen. Glaven Pineda does have a baseball in his hand, so it seems like it will be the right-hander. 2, 3, and 4 are coming up for Schaumburg in the 8th. 2-2. And Garcia chops it slowly to short. Charging his Craig, he's got it. Throws to first in time for out number 2. Nice play by Craig, and he'll get Garcia for the second out.
Shortstop, l'arrêt court, number 28, numéro 28, Brandon Bannon.
It's going to bring up Brandon Bannon, the shortstop, batting right, and his first pro hit back in the fourth, struck out. With a couple on in the fifth. The pitch. And a fastball catches the outside corner. And it's 0-1. Initially came to the plate in the fifth inning with the bases loaded. A wild pitch brought home a run, so ended up being a second and third scenario for Bannon. He struck out. 2-3 was the putout on the drop third strike. 0-1. Breaking ball taken at the knees. It's 0-2. Bannon up for the fourth time tonight. No Ivan Marin in the starting nine for Ottawa this evening. Rolling out the rookie. Bent knees to the right. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Chase the breaking ball down and away. Grant Park supplies the tag, and the inning is over. Craven strikes out a pair. We're through 7. That's the first full inning where we haven't seen a run tonight. Glaven Pineda will take over for the 8th when we return at 7-3 Ottawa on CKDJ 107.9 and FloBaseball.tv.
CKDJ 107.9 is the best place to discover Ottawa's greatest bands and artists. We play music made right here in Ottawa, no matter the genre.
Everything from rock
to jazz.
And even psychedelic alternatives.
Don't be a loser and switch stations. Stay here for more of Ottawa's best new music. CKDJ 107.9.
Imagine being on a raft, floating out at sea. You were, perhaps, once far enough to swim back to shore, but you are now tired, thirsty, and worn. Post-secondary students can face an overwhelming amount of stress during a transition period of their lives. It is not uncommon to feel like you can't talk to someone, or that you have no one to talk to. Good to Help is here to listen and here to help. If you are suffering from addiction, stress, anxiety, a tragic loss, depression, or just need someone to listen, call the Good to Help line at 1-866-925-5454.
Hey, this is Zach Westcott, and you're listening to Ottawa Titans Baseball on CKDJ 107.9.
Gravity DeCipio back with you from Ottawa Stadium, top half of the 8th. And we got a new pitcher into the ball game. It's the right-hander, Glaven Pineda, who will take over for Grant Larson, who will go over his final line in just a moment. Larson will get his third straight quality start. Glaven Pineda will face right, left, left. In the 8th, Ottawa leading 7-3. Glaven Pineda out of the abbreviated windup, steps back and deals. And a first pitch fastball runs up and in. It's 1-0. Pineda, 26 years old from the Dominican Republic. On for the 8th time this season. Over 7 2/3 is tossed with $3.52 ERA. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Blew a fastball right past the bat of Holt at 90 miles an hour. And it's 1-1. Holt 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Pineda's allowed 3 earned runs, 4 overall on 7 hits, has walked 5 and has fanned 7. 1-1. Breaking ball catches the outside corner. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Great night for Grant Larson. He's left in line for the win as Holt will use his timeout. Infield is back. Chris Parise is up and firing down the left field line. 1-2. Fastball at the letters. Strike 3 called. There's the hat trick for Holt. He goes down looking, a fastball at 93 at the letters, and there's 1 away in the 8th. So the final line for Grant Larson is longest outing of his professional career. 7 innings, 3 runs, all earned on 7 hits. Larson walked 1 and struck out 5. Now it's Glaven Pineda who fires in a strike at the knees to Chase Dawson. And it's 0-1. Quality start for Larson, his third of the year. 0-1. In on the hands, it's lined to left, and that's down for a base hit. It'll hug the chalk. Dawson around first, on his way to second. Throw in from Gitters to the cutoff man in Bannon. And it's a stand-up, one-out double for Chase Dawson. He's now 4 for 4 here tonight. And he's aboard for Blake Berry. For Chase Dawson, that's his 5th double of the season. Just a dangerous out. First out from Blake Berry's a fastball for a strike over the outside corner. And it's 0-1. For Dawson, that's his first 4-hit game of the season. Stands at second with 1 out, the 0-1, and Berry takes down and away. One final note on Grant Larson. He went 21 innings without walking a batter. Last time he had walked a batter was back in his first start of the season. Hard to believe. Larson had walked Christopher Cespedes in the 3rd inning. 1-1. Fastball gets back to the screen, and Dawson will move over to third. Should be a wild pitch. Charge to Glaven Pineda, and now pretty big run is standing 90 feet away. Ottawa leads 7-3. We'll see how the defense will line up. And it officially has been scored. A wild pitch. Counts 2-1 on Berry, who's 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs tonight. The pitch. Fastball misses up and in. It's 3 balls and a strike. And of course, with all the lefties in this Schaumburg order, Chris Barisa, of course, is up. A.J. Wright's in. Rest of the infield is back. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Berry committed to the swing and looked foolish in the left-hand batter's box. Went too far around on a 94-mile-an-hour heater up and in, and now it's a full count. Quinton Selma will be next. He's 0 for 3 and on deck off to the right. 3-2. And on the hands, it's lofted foul out of play off to the left, and we'll do it again. Ottawa in front, 7-3. The Titans have scored 7 runs on 9 hits. They've committed 1 error. The Boomers have scored 3 times on 8 hits. They have not committed an error. Trying to chip away. The visitors tonight got a runner 90 feet away with 1 down. 3-2 in the dirt. Ball 4 skips away from Fukuda off to the left, but not far enough for Dawson to think about taking off for home. It'll put runners at the corners with 1 out for Quinton Selma, and here comes Bobby Brown out of the Ottawa third base dugout. So Glaven Pineda allows the 2 left-handed hitters to reach base. There is 1 out in the top half of the 8th, and Chris Barisa will take over. We'll introduce you to the Ottawa Southpaw when we come back. Schaumburg's got runners at the corners with 1 out in the top of the 8th. Ottawa leading 7-3. On CKDJ 107.9 and FloBaseball.tv.
Yo, yo. When your girl is looking pretty, don't be silly, wrap that willy.
Listen, we don't want to be corny, but we all get horny. Ugh, that stupid rap rubbed off on me. Protect you and your partner from STIs and unwanted pregnancy by practicing safe sex. You can visit health services at algonquincollege.com for more info on sexual health. Stay safe in the bedroom.
Wear a condom, yo.
Sometimes you lose track of time studying on campus, and by the time you look at the clock, the sun's already set. It can be scary to walk alone to your car, dorm, or bus stop. Well, fear no more with the AC Mobile Safety app. It's not just a COVID screening app. Just click the friend walk and pick one of your contacts. AC Mobile Safety will share your location with them in real time. If something happens, either of you can hit the emergency button, calling super security to your location. Be the hero Algonquin College deserves with the AC Mobile Safety app.
Hey, this is Bobby Brown here, and you're listening to Ottawa Titans Baseball on CKD J1079.
Chris Barisa will take over for Glaven Pineda, who is allowed 2 to reach in the top half of the 8th. Ottawa leading Schaumburg 7-3. David DeCipio back with you. Barisa is on for the 6th time this year, 5th time out of the bullpen. 0-1, ERA over 9. He's allowed 9 runs over 8 1/3. First pitch to Quinton Selma is hit in the air to shallow right center. Who wants it? In comes Talamonte. He slides it. He can't make the catch. Dawson will come in to score. Barry will move up to second. We'll wait the official scoring. And initially, Jason DeCochet lost track of the baseball. When the dust settles, the run scores, and it's 7-4 Ottawa. And has been scored a single and an RBI. That run will be charged to Glaven Pineda. So Chris Barisa has now surrendered 13 hits, has walked 4, and has fanned 7 in his new role out of the bullpen. First pitch to Brett Milazzo's 0 for 3. Takes a strike over the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Chris last worked on Sunday, 2 1/3 out of the bullpen, allowed no runs on 1 hit. 0-1. And it catches the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Barisa has now inherited a total of 5 runners, and 1 has scored. An inherited runner stands at second. Selma's at first. Blake Berry is in scoring position. 0-2. Popped up. Right back to the mound. Infield fly rules in effect. A.J. Wright on the hill makes the catch for out number 2. Beneficiary of the infield fly. Line is not closed on Glaven Pineda. He has allowed 1 run. Could be more. Brings up Alec Craig. Matt Valen is now beginning to loosen up for Ottawa down the left field line. Right side of the infield is back. The batter is Alec Craig, who's 1 for 3 tonight. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Good cutter over the outside half, and it's 0-1. 3rd season of independent baseball for Barisa. One of many that have ties to Missoula in the Pioneer League. 0-1. Dives down and away, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Just crazy how things change. Chris Barisa won 9 games in 18 starts last season for Ottawa. Worked over 100 innings. Now is a matchup guy to the bullpen. 1-1. Golf foul out of play off to the left, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Raised some questions in his first start against Evansville in that 16-3 Ottawa loss. Barisa allowed 9 runs on 9 hits over 3 innings. Time is called, and Craig will use his timeout. So Bobby Brown now putting Barisa in this position. Left on left matchup. It started pretty well. 1-2. Misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Couldn't get Craig to bite. Schaumburg has got a run on 2 hits. They trail Ottawa 7-4 in the top half of the 8th inning. Runners are at first and second. 2-2 to Craig. And it's lifted foul out of play off to the left. We'll do it again. Quinton Selma. RBI base hit stands at first. Blake Berry walked against Glaven Pineda, now in scoring position. A 1-out double by Jace Dawson came around to score on the bloop single from Selma. 2-2. And it's lined to center. Talamonte runs in. He'll make the catch, and that'll retire the side. Schaumburg gets 1 back. And Chris Barisa will strand a pair. We're through 7.5. It's 7-4 Ottawa on CKDJ 1079 and FloBaseball.tv.
The best songs from the nation's capital.
I woke up in debt, and I got this sinking feeling, 'cause I don't think my degree is paying off.
All local.
Invisible man.
All the time.
I'm alone on
Friday night.
CKDJ 1079.
I usually am.
Ottawa's new music.
Think of the moments Canada's veterans risk to protect us. Get-togethers with family and friends. Big celebrations. Simple pleasures. Everything we value in life, they put on the line. Honoring veterans is our duty. The Legion is dedicated to remembering and supporting those who served and building stronger communities across the country. But we need your help. Anyone can become a member. Visit legion.ca.
Hey, this is AJ Wright, and you are listening to Ottawa Titans Baseball on CKDJ 1079.
Schaumburg adding one run back on a couple of hits. And they've made things interesting. It's 7-4 Ottawa as we head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Matt Craven back on the bump. David DeCipio's back with you from Ottawa Stadium. It's game 2 of this 3-game series. Ottawa looking to even up this 3-game set at a game apiece. Sets up the rubber match potentially tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Ottawa will play yet another morning game. This one is actually planned opposed to last Thursday's doubleheader. 9-1-2 due up for Ottawa as we begin the last of the 8th. Matt Craven has worked 2 innings. Has allowed 2 runs on 3 hits. Struck out a pair, part of a 1-2-3 seventh. First offer to Mitsuki Fukuda is taken low ball 1. Well, we talked about Chris Barisa in the top of the inning of his new role out of the bullpen. Trevor Clifton also has a new assignment for Ottawa. He's the closer, and he's warming up down the left field line. As Fukuda takes a fastball for a strike at the letters. And it's 1-1. Fukuda's 1 for 3. Infield is back, the 1-1. And Fukuda takes a breaking ball down and away. Good layoff by the 23-year-old catcher out of Fukuoka, Japan. It's 2 balls and a strike. Similar defensive alignment all night long for Schaumburg. Infield back, the pitch. And a fastball's taken right down the middle. It's 2-2. We've seen against Jamie Smart with nobody on base, a shift to the right, that normal shift against a left-handed bat. Ottawa, all night long, it's appeared that A.J. Wright's been in. That's because of the 7 left-handed bats in the lineup. 2-2. And a fastball catches the outside corner, and Fukuda's down looking for out number 1.
Center fielder will show the centre, number 6, le numéro 6, Jacob Talamante.
Lineup car will flip back to the top of the order. Jacob Talamante is up for the 5th time tonight. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. He'll take outside from Craven. It's 1-0. So Trevor Clifton will look for the save. As it stands right now, if Ottawa attacks on a couple, it will lift the safe situation. Right side of the infield's back, the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Talamante chases the high heater. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Talamante has flown out to left, walked and scored, struck out, and grounded out to short. In the leadoff spot tonight for Ottawa. 1-1. Misses down and in, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Ottawa is missing their normal leadoff man. That's Jackie Urbaiz, still nursing that lower body injury. He got put on the IL retroactive to last Friday, so he could be eligible to return for Saturday's game. But a regular participant in batting practice. 2-1. And Talamante takes the strike over the outside corner. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Would that be a big lift? Back to the lineup. You can tell Ottawa has missed him. Not only on the field, but with the bat. 2-2 to Talamante, and he lays off. On a breaking ball that misses outside, and it's a full count. Clayton Pineda allowed a run over a third of an inning in the top half of this frame. Chris Barisa had to finish the job, but did allow an inherited runner to score. 3-2 to Talamante, and a fastball misses up and in, ball 4. Talamonte's aboard for the second time tonight, and he'll draw a 1-0 walk.
Left fielder de votre de gauche, number 35, le numéro 35, Jay Gitter.
Brings up Jake Gitter, who has 2 doubles tonight and an RBI. Bloop to 2-bagger down the left field line. That was a bit of a misplay by Miles Symington back in the 7th. Pardon me, in the 6th. They'll take up and away from Craven. It's 1-0. He's the first Ottawa Titan who have a multi-double game this season. Talamonte drawing a walk, leads off first, held on by Selma. Middle infield, shades up the middle. Craven set from the third base side of the rubber. Both hands together. The 1-0 runner goes, and it's belted deep right field. Howard turns and watches, and it is gone. Jake Gitter clubs a 2-run shot over the fence and right. His first homer as an Ottawa Titan has added to the lead. It's 9-4 Ottawa in the bottom half of the 8th inning. How about that for Jake Gitter? After an 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts last night, Gitter is now 3 for 5 with 3 extra base hits. Well, the hit and run works. Third homer of the night for Ottawa. Brings up A.J. Wright, who doubled homer run last time up. The pitch, and it hits him on the left elbow. And he'll trot down to first. Well, Craven struck out Fukuda. He had struck out 3 of his previous 4 before walking Talamonte. Brings up Jason DeCochea, who's had a great night. 2 for 3, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, has also walked. Deco now up to 3 homers on the year. Trevor Clifton is now sat down in that left field bullpen, so we'll see where Ottawa goes. It's not a safe situation anymore. Ravens set the pitch, and DeCochea lifts it in the air down the right field line. Long run for Howard. He's on his horse, and it sails out of play. Strike 1 on DeCochea. Pretty interesting. Now the Schaumburg bus is backing into the loading dock down the right field line, and it's funny because teams stay right across the street from the ballpark. Selma holds on right at first. Middle infield is back. Third baseman Holt guards the line. 0-1 to DeCochea. And a breaking ball is taken at the knees. It's 0-2. Deco has now eclipsed half of his home run total from last year. Had 6 in 2022. Had some big ones late in the year. Had the first in team history. 0-2. And it's pulled foul off the facing of the Ottawa third base dugout. Still 0-2 on DeCochea. 7 times an Ottawa Titan has had a multi-home run game. Jake Sanford did it a couple of times in 2022. Jackie Urbaez did it. A.J. Wright had one earlier this year. Stands at first, 0-2. Swing and a miss. Chased the breaking ball over the outer half, and DeCochea is down swinging for route number 2.
First baseman joue le premier but. Number 41, le numéro 41, Jamie Smart.
We'll bring up Jamie Smart, who's 2 for 4 today. A.J. Wright still at first with 2 down. A 2-run homer from Jake Gitter has made it 9-4 Ottawa in the last of the 8th as Smart takes his strike over the outside corner. And it's 0-1. Second baseman Dawson is once again in shallow right. And the shortstop Craig is up the middle. Now he moves over towards the hole. 0-1. And Smart takes down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Kind of a glimpse of a little bit of Tyrus Green last year for Ottawa. He could spray the ball to all fields. Could rack up the on-base percentage as well. But Jamie Smart also has a great eye. 1-1. And Smart takes below the knees. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Jamie had that massive home run to add some insurance back on Saturday against the New Jersey Jackals in the 9th inning. Singles machine. Wright leads off first, held on by Selma. 2-1 to Smart. And it's line foul out of play off to the left. Had some good distance. But now that counts 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ottawa in front, 9-4. Schaumburg has made it as close as a 3-run game. Right-hander set. The 2-2. And Smart takes low. Count will even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jamie Smart ranks on the outside of the top 10 in terms of hits this season. 3-2 runner goes, and Smart gulps it to left center. Milazzo trots over into the alley and makes the catch. And that'll end the inning. But Jake Gitter adds some insurance with his first homer as an Ottawa Titan. A 2-run blast over the wall in right. 9-4 Ottawa as we head to the 9th. Chris Barisa will look to finish it off on CKDJ 107.9 and FloBaseball.tv.
Do you ever wish you were a superhero? Saving lives doesn't mean you need tights and a cape. Open heart surgery requires blood from up to 5 donors. Certain cancer treatments need upwards of 10. Leukemia treatments require 8 donors a week. You can be someone's superhero today. Donate blood. You may think your contribution won't help, but the truth is, every drop counts. Please call 1-888-2-DONATE for more info and to book your appointment today.
Oh, I love CKDJ, but being a hip young fella like myself, I don't have a radio.
Grandpa, you have 12 radios at home.
Shut up, kid.
Do not worry, I am here.
Grandpa, look, it's the CKDJ website.
I can see just fine.
You can listen online at ckdj.net. Plus, check out all of the latest blogs, podcasts, and more.
Oh, it's time to surf the interwebs with Internet Explorer. Go to ckdj.net.
Come on, Grandpa, let's go home.
My feet feel like sponges.
Hey, this is Jackie Baez, and you're listening to Ottawa Titans Baseball on CKDJ 107.9.
Ottawa adding 2 more runs in the bottom half of the 8th with a 2-run blast from Jake Gitter, and it is pushed it past the safe situation, so Trevor Clifton is sat down, and Chris Barisa will stay on looking for the final 3 outs. It's 8-9-1, and a couple of left-handed hitters. 2 up for Jamie Bennett, Schaumburg Boomers. David DeCipio's back with you from Ottawa Stadium. Ottawa 9, Schaumburg 4. We went back and forth until about the 5th when Ottawa busted through. As Barisa flips it a breaking ball over the outside corner, it's 0-1. This game was tied after 4.5 until Ottawa scored 2 in the bottom of the 5th and 3 in the bottom of the 6th. They haven't looked back as the 0-1 misses inside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Grant Parks walked his last time up and is 0 for 2. 1-1. In on the hands, it's lifted foul out of play off to the right, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. All 3 plate appearances against Grant Larson. Grant Parks' walk snapped Larson's 21 consecutive innings without issuing a free pass. That dates back to his first start of the season as the 1-2 is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Looked like a cutter over the outside half, and Grant Parks is down on strikes for out number 1. So Barisa got the final 2 outs in the 8th. Did allow a hit and an inherited runner to score. So the final line for Glavin Pineda sees Pineda go a third of an inning, allowing 1 run on 1 hit, walking 1 and striking out 1. Pinch hitter is Kyle Fitzgerald. Will take a strike over the inside corner. And it's 0-1. Fitzgerald played in yesterday's game. Went 1 for 5. Grounded into a triple play and homered. 0-1. Pop foul out of play off to the right. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Fitzgerald, 208 on the year, is 10 for 48 with 2 doubles, 2 homers, and 7 RBIs. 0-2 in the dirt. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Fitzgerald hitting in Symington's spot. Schaumburg trails by 5. It's 9-4 Ottawa. Lefty-righty matchup, the 1-2. Broken bat, grounder, foul down the left field line, and we'll do it again. And Fitzgerald will head off to the first base dugout to grab a new bat. Of course, with Schaumburg's numbers against left-handed pitching, man, oh man, entering this game tonight, they were hitting .295 as a team against Southpaws. Grant Larson had left-handed hitters, hitting .357 off them entering this game. Well, the complete 180 because Larson mowed tonight. Quality start, 7 innings, 3 earned runs, 7 hits, 1 walk, 5 punch-outs. Chris Barisa had a bloop single from Quinton Selma. Jason DeCochet lost it in the lights, and Jacob Talamonte couldn't run in time to make the grab. 1-2, swing and a miss. Chased a breaking ball in the dirt. Fitzgerald takes out for first, the drop third strike, and Fukuda will throw it down to first in time. Strikeout, 2-3 putout. And Ottawa is an out away from victory here tonight. And looking to even up this series at a game apiece. 2 strikeouts since entering the game for Chris Barisa, and he'll face Gage Howard, the left-handed hitting right fielder who's 2 for 4 with an RBI double. Barisa set the pitch. And a cutter catches the outside corner. It's 0-1. Barisa, a little different this year, working out of the stretch. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Waved at a breaking ball, and it's no balls and 2 strikes on Gage Howard. And the crowd will come to its feet here in Ottawa. This will be a massive confidence booster for this ball club. Nobody on, 2 outs, Ottawa leading 9-4. The 0-2 misses outside. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right side of the infield is back as time is called. And Howard will use his timeout. Barisa set, has the ball behind his back, has his sign from Fukuda, brings both hands together. Long pause though, 1-2 pitch. Misses outside, and that'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ottawa leads 9-4. They have out-hit Schaumburg 10-9 tonight. Barisa looking to strike out the side. Left-hander set. 2-2. Line drive to center, and that's down for a base hit in front of Talamonte. So Howard spoils it. And is now 3 for 5, and it's going to bring up Travis Holt. The Ottawa relievers started walking back to the dugout. So this is Barisa's game to finish here tonight. And it's Travis Holt, who's 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Smart will play behind the runner at first as Howard leads off the bag, and Holt takes a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. 9-4, Ottawa in front. Hits are now tied up at 10 apiece. 0-1. And it misses outside, even up the count of 1 ball and 1 strike. Infield is back. Smart plays a step, not even half a step behind Howard, who leads off first base. Outfield is back, 1-1. And Holt has it in on his hands and lifts it foul back and out of play. And now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Schaumburg's down to their final strike tonight. Once again. Howard fought off. Tough breaking ball from Barisa and poked a base hit to center. He leads off first. 9-4 Ottawa leads. 1-2. Pulled foul down the left field line. Brooks Walton will chase it down. Jake Gitter will also trot over and get the baseball off the playing surface. Count remains 1-2 on Holt. Right-hand hitting third baseman. Struck out looking against Glaven Pineda to begin the 8th. Here's the 1-2. And a breaking ball over the outside edge is whiffed on by Fukuda, dribbled back towards the backstop. Howard stays put at first. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Maybe if Fukuda is able to hang on, Barisa may get the borderline call. 9-4 Ottawa leads. Got some big insurance in the bottom of the 8th. 2-2. High fastball is lifted to left center. Gitter over, dives! And he makes the catch to finish the ball game. What a grab by Jake Gitter. Robs Travis Holt of extra bases, and the Ottawa Titans even up this series with a 9-4 victory here tonight. Wow, what a confidence booster for this ball club. Jake Gitter with a terrific bounce-back performance. He goes 3 for 4 at the dish with a 2-run homer and makes a spectacular grab to rob Holt of extra bases and to end the night. The Ottawa Titans are back in the win column. They beat the Schaumburg Boomers by a final score of 9-4. Post-game show is coming up next on CKDJ 107.9 and FloBaseball.tv.
Ottawa Titans baseball on CKDJ 107.9.
Thanks to you, my daddy got home safely from his day at work.
Thanks to you, my daughter got home safely.